Am I coming through? Can you all hear me? Hello, Latent. Hello, Ranger. Hello, Gamer. Hello, Arkines. Daniel. Only Human. Sky. Timber. Jesse. Yuki. Is there anyone I missed? Mako. Machan's here. Pixie. Mechanics. Gotta deviate. Hello, hello. Yeah, hello. All right, I suppose I should appear. Ready? 3, 2, 1. Hello! Hello, everybody. It is good to see you here. I am Odyssey of Odyssey Ruby, and since last we caught up, we have follows from Hey Feifei, Lane Within, Yuyusuke, Melody Muffin, Satoru FX _ CDXLVI, and Stip Stick. Can we get some love in the chat for our new follows? I hope you're all doing very, very well today. If we have not met before, I am Odyssey of Odyssey Eurobeat. My music has been featured in Super Eurobeat, Initial D, DDR, Matarakana V Shoujo, Touhou Eurobeat, and so much more. I am so glad to be here. How y'all doing? Thank you for the head pats. I'm in Eurobeat Park. Kind of. Well, it's not quite Eurobeat Park, but I will say, I wish that I could just do incremental, I'll just scooch to the side real quick. Here's an example of, where I am. Those who get it, get it. Hello? Oh, right, one button. Yeah, I think I'm a little bit, there we go. Yeah. Kicking off the stream with something, does anyone think about how the sub goal gets topped up? Horny. You are horny. Drink water. Breathe some air. Sorry. I wasn't gonna say anything to that effect, but well, you know, sometimes y'all just say it first. Sample text. Hello, Machan. Hello, Vieira. I hope you're enjoying your time in the park. Actually, it's coincidental. I want to talk about my weekend a little bit, but before I do that, how are you? Other than down bad. I have my shaker full of ice and beverage. You join, the first thing you hear is horny. Well, how am I supposed to react to kicking the stream off with something? Does anyone think about how the sub goal gets topped up? Hello, Annabelle. Good to see you. The mower exploded this weekend. That sounds really dangerous. Are you okay? Like, are you safe? Are you gonna be fine? Hello? Good lord, I hope you're okay. You got one. Bow bow! I haven't watched a lot of Fuwamoko, but from what I understand, they're absolutely precious. Honey, what? You're us. You're the honeys, of course. We have Matara-Khan at home. The lawn won that round. I see. Okay, so allow me to tell you about where I was this weekend. Drink water. Can do. Actually, it's more gamer beverage, but there's a lot of ice in it. It's one of those days where, thank you for that, Pats. It's one of those days where even with the air conditioner on, it was warmer inside than it was outside. So, I just cracked open the window. You can get some water. Yeah, y'all, if you don't have some water with you, grab some. Stay hydrated. Had to deal with some snowflakes. In short, declined something politely and they responded by throwing me out of the server. I know it's not a VTuber server if your mind is going there. Full honesty, I didn't have anyone specific in mind. I'm sorry to hear that, that you got thrown out like that. Does coffee count? No. So here's the thing. caffeine is a diuretic, and coffee even more so. You cannot drink coffee and expect to hydrate. I'm a bit of a hypocrite insofar as, my gamer beverage is a caffeinated powder, but, mixing it in with water directly, I suppose it helps a little bit, but I've also got actual regular water to go with it. It does taste good. Please supplement it with water. My throat hurts today, but I'm doing fine, though. Well, I'm glad that you're doing fine. I hope that your throat feels better, though. Chat. I want to tell you about my weekend a little bit, if you're feeling up to it. But before I do that, like today's monster again, I wouldn't be against rejoining GamerSups. I don't know. I feel like just in their current state, I think they're pretty comfy. All right, and Vera, let me take care of you, baby. Ready? And there you have it, darling. I hope you're doing well today. But yeah, no, I wouldn't be against working with GamerSups again. For those who don't know, by the way, I used to be affiliated with GamerSups. And ironically, Autosphere, at what would later become what was originally positioned as Ithaca, was originally going to be a proposition that I shared their way. However, some information came out about how, at the time, they were treating their artists and about the original founder. Some pretty nasty, like, transphobic, homophobic, pretty awful stuff. So, I was no longer comfortable presenting that product to you, or consuming it myself. So, I left. After that, the company changed ownership. They started working with several artists. Seems to be like on a one-time basis, and they seem to be taking better care of those folks. So my major objections to the company at the time are solved for the most part. I would need to review a couple of things with them and, make sure that certain things are in place to make sure that, everyone's being taken care of. Then, yeah, I'd be quite happy representing GamerSups to you again. Here's the thing. I need to be comfortable presenting a product to you. Ideally, it used to be that I had to be able to vouch for it completely myself. However, I was not immediately able to do that with Stoneforge Technology, who's still pretty sick. They're still pretty cool. After vetting them, just in terms of interacting with them, I am comfortable with them. However, I was not able to vet product directly right away. So, it's one of those things where, Blue Intellect 777 with 19 months in a row of subscribing. Can we get some love in the chat for Blue? Please continue to enjoy your emotes, your sub badge, being part of the Oddities community for what's that? Almost a year. I mean, you've been around for well more than a year and a half, but thank you so much for your subscription for this long. Can we get some love in the chat for Blue? Gotta tell something important to tell you, lean in close. If it's all right with you, Monkey Wrench, I'm gonna stick with my, yay! I'm gonna stick with my current itinerary. Oh no, they found me. They found me even here on Twitch. I don't know how they found me, but they did. You'll never take me alive! Anyway, thank you for the follow, Monkey Wrench. It's great to have you here. I make Eurobeat music like you're hearing in the background. My work has been featured in Super Eurobeat, Initial D, DDR, Matarakana V Shoujo, Touhou Eurobeat, and much, much more. Great to have you here. I'd be waving at you, but my leap motion has fried. That's okay. I can still wiggle at you like this. So, I noticed something about today. My voice feels like it's in better shape. Say that again, but 20% slower. I'm Odyssey of Odyssey Eurobeat. My music has been featured in Super Eurobeat, Initial D, DDR, Matarakana V Shoujo, Touhou Eurobeat, and much, much more. How's that? Sorry, I said that part fast because I've rehearsed it, and I don't want to do a long intro for everyone that's popped in. Have a test to do on Wednesday and Thursday. Wish me luck. Teeter, good luck. Now, Yeah, actually, Monkey Wrench, are you familiar with anything from the artist Ken Blast? The Top, When the Sun Goes Down, New Horizon. Okay, no worries. Are you familiar with the song Discord by Eurobeat Brony and the remix by The Living Tombstone? Discord, I'm howling at the moon. Nope. What are your familiarities with Eurobeat then? I'm curious. Sorry, I'm kind of putting you on the spot. You do not have to answer me like this. I'm having fun. If you want me to let you be for a little bit, I can let you do that. Wait, say again that music line. Oh. Discord, I'm howling at the moon and sleeping in the middle of a summer afternoon. Discord, whatever did we do to make you take our world away? Yeah. So, the most famous version is a remix of the original, and that original... Hi! That would be me. I was in a different live stream over the weekend, and I was really surprised when I started hearing a very familiar song, and I had to look it up on my phone. The song they were playing was Discord, the one that you did. Oh, fantastic! I am the Discord myself. Yes, I'm the Discord lady. In a past version, I would have been the Discordman, but you know, we've upgrades, darlings, upgrades. Right. Cha! My audience. You merely embrace the Discord. I was born in it, forged in it. I remember that joke during TwitchCon. Basically, yeah. So let me talk about this weekend. This is the last weekend that I had before Touhoufest, and you would think that I'd be spending that time working on my set or, you know, practicing my pata pata or things like that. I did not. Allow me to talk to you about the bulk of how I spent my weekend in 2 words. Are you ready? Keto cooking. So, here's the thing. I won't get into it too much, like why I'm doing, sort of leaning into keto stuff a little bit more. Did I take the weekend to take care of myself in self-care? Yes, I did indeed. So I went over to my parents' house, and my mom had all these recipes that she wanted to share with me, as well as a little bit of info on keto diet, keto cooking, etc. Because she and I, for different reasons, are choosing to get into keto. I have a couple of obstacles in the way of that. Specifically, I have a lot of food that I have to eat in the house that is not keto friendly, but I've also spent a certain amount of time just learning a bit more about keto. What is that? It's a good question, and I don't have a great answer. It's essentially, how do I say it? I feel like I'm gonna do it a disservice, but allow me to do my best in a short time frame. So there were things missing about the pure low carb diet. The idea of just reducing one's carbohydrates had some holes in it, obviously. However, it was leaning towards something. And what people have found on keto is that there is a balance between carbohydrate, fat, and protein. In essence, you want a certain amount of fat, a certain amount of protein, and a certain amount of carbohydrates. The idea being that, you know, protein will fill you up, as will fat, and carbohydrates, you obviously need some. But carbohydrates generally behave in the body similarly to sugar. Mind you, I am not a nutritionist. I do not know this stuff cold. I could be very wrong in how I'm presenting it to you. But in general, it's carbs low, protein, you know, protein and fats moderate. So, you know, certain things can be avoided and certain things can be used to fill in the blanks. All right, no worries, Timber. So, my mom is on it for her own reasons, and for me, from what I've seen, what I've looked into, a keto diet is generally acid reflux friendly. There are a few exceptions. There are some foods that are permissible on keto that are generally not good for immediate acid reflux. However, the long game, the long take to it, that is where you start getting benefits. Kitty Bat! Hello, darling. Hello. And hello, Raiders. Let's see. Let's do a shout out to Alvanil and a shout out to Alvanil. Vivi Benoit, thank you so much for the follow. Welcome to the stream. It is great to have you here. Alvanil, Violet, good girl, princess. How are you doing, love? And if we haven't met before, hello, Raiders from Alvanil's stream. What were you up to? You were just chatting. You were just hanging out. How y'all doing? I am one of Alvanil's much beloved friends, and Violet Alvanil, Lava Lamp, Toblerone, Aubergine is a beloved friend of mine. We've lived close to each other. We've lived far away from each other, but she is amazing, as you've seen. She is the played Yellow Taxi. Goes, is that the okay? I saw Amy Usami from Phase Connect play that. That's the like N64 Dreamcast-ish kind of game where you have a taxi and you don't have a jump button, but you can still get it to go. It looks really good. Lava Lamp, yeah. Yeah, I've heard really good stuff about it. Also, Alvanil, Linevoix. I understand that you just got done with stream. If you want to hang out, you are certainly fine to do so. If you want to take care of yourself and pop out, you certainly can as well. One of the community manager types dropped in. Whoa, that's really cool. N64 banger. No worries. I need to go get food. No worries, darling. Do what you gotta do. Thank you so much for trusting your community with me today. To Alvanil's community, who is here. I am Odyssey of Odyssey Eurobeat. I make Eurobeat music, the likes of which has been featured in Super Eurobeat, Initial D, DDR, Matarakon of Shoujo, Touhou Eurobeat, and much, much more. If you've heard Eurobeat, there's at least a small chance that I'm the one behind it. The other chances are it's either Clara Moroni or Dave Rogers. Another story. So, speaking of food, so what I've looked up with keto and why I was making it with, why I was making keto food with my mom this weekend. It is generally good for acid reflux, with a few exceptions. You're less likely to set off. There's still some things that set it off. You know, I think with keto, there's some things that you can do with tomatoes, maybe not like tomato paste or tomato sauce, but like raw tomatoes, in moderation. Whereas tomatoes, you know, with acid reflux, there's a Touhoufest. Yes, there is this weekend in Torrance, California. In fact, it's already got a roster of guests like Tam, Shihori, A1, that being Elementus, Root, and I believe Aki, and some other redhead lady. I forget her name. Seems a little untalented. Anyway, the Yerbeat you might have heard might have been Yerbeat you made heard by my boss. That's true. That's very true. If you've ever been running in the 90s, you have listened to Eurobeat. But yeah, no, Touhoufest this weekend. It's going to be amazing. If you're not already going, fix that. But yeah, so, keto and why I was making it. So, the more I've been looking into my vocal condition and why I've got the little bump on my vocal cords and what seems to make it feel better lines up with acid reflux. So, I'm kind of, you can't see it, but I'm raising my hands. All right, keto time. Time to change my diet, time to exercise, time to do the things that will give me my voice back. So, that day, we got together, and my mom was so excited. She hooked me up with so many little things like keto appropriate sugar, keto flour, which is I think almond flour, which I'm super down with. I actually really like almond flour. Plenty of extra eggs, plenty of like mixing bowls, and my own quiche dish, into which we made my first keto quiche. And the cool thing with a quiche is that you can just kind of throw in whatever. I threw in diced spinach and ham, and let's go, and bell peppers, which is probably also not great for acid reflux, but honestly, I didn't feel refluxy after that. And the cool thing is, it's basically just like eggs, cheese, I forget the other ingredient. A little bit of sour cream. And for the most part, that's it. Like, it's good. And you can kind of munch on that for a hot minute now. So we made that, and we worked on a keto cheesecake. Now, the wonderful thing about keto cheesecake is it is just as wonderful and soft and delicious and amazing as any other cheesecake you've had. The only catch is, less of a crust. There is still something. We sprayed the edges with a cooking oil. I think it was like canola oil, just Pam spray. And we crushed a tiny amount of Nilla wafers and sprinkled that all over the edges. Yes, Nilla wafers themselves aren't keto, but in a very small amount and in a pinch, they can work. And that day, we took a break from cooking to watch something. My mom's been really into a series called The Chosen lately, and we had cheese, like really fancy cheese, and mixed nuts. And we had dinner that night, which was like a noodle-less lasagna. Still had meat, still had cheese to it, lots of mozzarella, and oh my gosh. Listen, I don't care that my windows are open. And listen, I like lasagna. And I actually tend to like the noodles, but listen, you get me a dish with enough mozzarella in it. And I'm sorry, if you're sensitive to certain noises, I recommend you plug your ears for the next 3 seconds. Ready? Ah! That good. I have a level of love for mozzarella that should probably be run by a priest. I have a couple of a piece of cheesecake left. Yeah, mozzarella is, oh, listen, you give that to me in a lasagna, you give that to me in prosciutto. Welcome back, Nexosium Core. You give that to me in anything. This is my stream too. Welcome to the stream, Power Empoli. I've learned from my Oshis. Moaning about keto. Sorry. Yeah, honestly, earned. But here's the thing. Between eating keto that day and eating relatively keto the next day, I noticed something. Chat. My voice has not fatigued. My voice has not fatigued in the same way. The results have been almost immediate. So, like, I think I'm on board. I think I'm gonna do that. Also, yesterday was a little bit of time with my brother, his wife, and their 2 kids. My niece and my nephew. My niece, I shouldn't name them, but my niece and my nephew. And let me tell you, I gotta be honest. I love being a VTuber. I love being a musician. Nothing beats being an auntie. Here at this keto product, it's less of a product and more of a, it's just like a diet approach. The idea being that, sorry, I just realized that I missed one of the main points of keto. The idea is that you can convert your body from burning sugar in your body, like carbohydrates and sugar, to burning fat for energy. You know, speaking of nieces, as of April 5th, I am now a brand new uncle. Let's go! Only human, congratulations! I can't have my hands do it, but I'm clapping for you. Oh my gosh, that's so good! You are gonna be an amazing uncle. I believe that fully. Y'all, can we get some love in the chat? How much do you spoil them? We know you do. So here's the thing. I don't have the means to spoil them. I don't even get to see them as much as I really should. But when I'm around, what I do is I play. When my niece, one of my nieces on my sister's side of the family, I am her favorite. I am her absolute favorite because when we play, I voice act. I will make voices for the characters that we play. This song's a little dramatic. Did that not skip it? Oh, it's just frozen. And what happens is, you know, I'll play like that, and then even with the other, with my other nieces and my nephew is, I don't think he's even 1 yet. But when they're old enough to play, I voice act, I run around, I'll color with them. And that, because I can't spoil, I like to play. You know, I like to just be there with them. And that is apparently enough to become the favorite auntie. Like, my niece on my sister's side loves to play. We'll play Narnia, we'll play Barbies, we'll play... and by the way, when we play Barbies, it's not like we're gonna get dressed up and stuff. There's, like, scenarios of, like, getting stuck on mountains and, like, adventures and, you know, finding friends in other parts of the... everywhere. Yay! You're still spoiling them by playing with them and being around them. You're spoiling them with unconditional love and affection. That's not... If that's spoiling, then I don't want to do anything else. Gosh, I adore them. I adore them as my flesh and blood. And I love it. And the wonderful thing is, you know, as much as I love being their auntie, I also love that I can come home and be to myself. So Mommy C is probably a little ways down the line in terms of, you know, financial stability and things like that. That's all you need to interact with them, make them laugh, have fun. I have 6 younger cousins, and we all had a family get-together on Sunday. We all took turns playing Tetris on the Switch, and everyone had a blast. Kind of miss it. They're growing up a bit too quick. They always grow up too quick. They grow up so freaking quick. Like, my sister's oldest is like 6 now. She's 6. I remember when she was scared of getting in the boat. I remember when she was scared of jumping in water. And now she's this whole, pardon my French, like this whole ass person. She's got a personality, a sense of humor, what she likes, what she doesn't. By the way, and she'll negotiate. She is sharp. She's a smart cookie. And like, if she wants something, she'll find a way to get it. Like, I'm not entirely sure how to put it, but like, she's brilliant. And then her sister is what, like 2? No, 1. She's got to be like 1. I'm so bad with the ages. I'm sorry. But she's a character. She's mischievous in a way where her older sister is not, but she's also such a love bug like her sister is really. I have a younger brother that I've not seen since he was at least 2 years old, and I still think about him to this day. And the specifics aren't necessary, but sometimes I wish my dad and I got along so I could see him. Gamer, I hope that you can see your younger brother someday. I'm very fortunate to have the situation that I have. My parents and my siblings love me very much. It's not to say that everything's perfect. There's always going to be a little bit of tension here and there on certain things, but like, the priority is on loving each other first and figuring out the specifics later. And I understand that is excruciatingly rare. So I count myself utterly blessed to have family that loves me and seeks me out for time spent with me. Please understand that I do not take that for granted, especially nowadays. Case in point, like my mom inviting me over to do keto cooking. She's excited to stick with it with me. Like, she has been kind of on the edge about getting back into it. Just like she'll fall out one way or another here and there. But now we're kind of keto buddies now. We're kind of keeping each other accountable on what we're doing with it. And like, I don't know, it's just fun. And, you know, between that and like doing pada and doing more warm-ups in the day, come on, healthier Audie. Who could say no? I want to get Audie Mom back on the stream again. Maybe I should find a way to like surprise y'all with my Audie Mom and Audie Dad popping in for stream at some point. Like, I almost imagine something like what Cinder did that one year, like have Valentine's applications. Like, all right, let's bring on the guest judges. And then it would just be like Audie Mom and Audie Dad just judging everything. So you would have to behave. I mean, you wouldn't have to, but then we'd probably ban you. But yeah, no. And then later in the afternoon on yesterday, it was technically it's what my cousin once removed. It's my cousin's son. Yeah, it's my cousin's son's birthday yesterday. And it turns out I was invited. And mind you, here's the thing. I never expect to be invited to a family thing unless it's, generally pretty universal, like a holiday or certain birthdays that are pretty close to my direct lineage. Like my grandma or my grandpa or something like that. And even then, it's not a given. I did not expect my cousin's wife to invite me. And I was really honored by that. And she invited me to join in. And popped in, and I get in there, and I'm sorry. I have to tell this story because I should also indicate that later on he got it right. And I think there were just some details that weren't squared away. So I get in there, and I'm joining my mom and my dad and carrying some of the things in. And he comes up, "You're here! I am here! Happy birthday, buddy!" And he turns around and he's like pointing, "He came to my birthday! He came to my birthday!" And mind you, not long after that, he did it properly. But it was one of those things where, like, at the time it's like, okay, yeah, like, and the thing was, I could tell there was no malice. There was no, like, attempt to misgender. He was just so excited to see me there that I think just the notion of pronouns just didn't exist. I mean, after that, he was like, "I'm so glad you're here. She's here." Like, later on, he was like she and her and all that kind of thing. But, like, he was the sweetest thing. And my mom drops off his birthday gift on the side. And he's like, "Did you bring me a gift?" And she's like, yes, we did." "That's so sweet of you." Aw. And apparently, like, the last couple years, he was very socially anxious. Like, he didn't really socialize much. In fact, I think the previous birthday, he kind of hid away for a little bit. So to see him, like, actively socializing and, like, interacting with his family members that were coming along, it was a big jump. And he was thriving, absolutely just thrilled. That perfect age where, like, what a birthday means, but it's all new enough to you to where it's like, it just hits you full force. Like, oh, to be as delighted by a birthday as, like, around that age, When someone loves you that much, they always forget what they do by accident and just go for what they are thinking in the moment. And usually excitement like that is totally fine. Yeah, and, like, the kid is less than, like, 10. Like, it's fine. I don't know, it's just been, it was just such a wonderful time. I got to chat with a few members of the family and just kind of chill for a little bit. There's still some tension with some members of the family. I'll be real. It's not like I'm disliked so much as, for lack of a better way to put it, there was a period of time where I was considered one of the guys. And in a kind way, like, I was invited to stuff. And now I'm not, by virtue of I'm no longer, openly trying to live like a guy. So there's a little bit of, like, how do I talk to you? Which is fair. But, it was so nice to be able to talk to people and, like, have conversations with people. And I just really love my family. I'm glad to have them. And then came back. My parents tried to convince me to stay over for one more day. But alas, I have a lot to do for this upcoming weekend. So I said goodbye. And my mom loaded up all the stuff that she wanted to send me home with, like extra eggs and some cheese to snack on, which I really should have grabbed before I started stream today, and things like that. So this weekend, I spent time with my family, being very much loved and treated wonderfully. So it was kind of a form of self-care by not working and not being alone. And that means a lot to me. Cheese. I might grab that in the first break or something. I think for the head pads. But yeah, no, like, for me, actually, I need to check something. Let me adjust my tits real quick. Actually, I don't think tits is the issue. I think I might be off center. Yeah, I'm a little bit off center. Right about there. cheese. Actually, that's the thing. There was a time when my family was really getting into like cheeses beyond just what you find at a deli. Hello, Lena. Good to see you. I am doing pretty good. Stream's going well. I was talking about my weekend and think about that, Pats. Like keto dining and oh, thank you, Cadger. I'm glad you like it. You know, keto cooking with my mom and a family birthday and just stuff like that. Ain't no way girly pop crazy style. Oh, think about that, Pets. Vinyl-tastic. Thank you so much for 9 months of subscribing. I do believe that makes you the parent of a sub baby. What shall we name our sub baby together, Vinyl? What shall it be? I think we should name it... What should we name it? Fogo. Let's name our sub baby Fogo. Thank you so much for 9 months of Twitch Prime subs. Please continue to enjoy the emotes sub badge. And Vinyl, just for being yourself. It is a delight to have you in my stream and just around me in general. Can we get some love in the chat for the one, the only, the Crabtastic, Vinyl-tastic. Crabtastic in being that Vinyl is known for playing that. Wait. I'm the real Slayer, gifting 3 subs in chat. Can we get some love in the chat for Natsufer XOX? Ah! Thank you for the 300 bits. Latent, and to everyone who received a sub, please enjoy your image so bad for being part of the Oddities community. Also, hello, Fen. Good to see you. Hope you're doing well. I wave at you, but my leap motion is borked, so I've just got to like wiggle around all like this. I'll be doing well today, though. Yeah. But yeah, no, I was just talking about keto and cooking with my mom and being an auntie and family birthdays and such. I am very fortunate to get to be an auntie and to have just cook with my mom. I don't know. Like, wait a minute. We just reached the sub goal. And Yuki K with the 15-month resub. Can we get some love in the chat for Yuki K? Thank you so much for what's that? A year and a quarter. Can we get some love in the chat for UK for 15 months in a row? Please enjoy your emotes. Please continue to enjoy your emotes. You're so bad being part of the Oddities community. Also, did you use any pocket sand when cooking? No, it wasn't. It wasn't Brazilian steak. It was. Actually, I wonder if that's keto. All right, here's the issue, by the way. I now need to bust out the Puzzle Pulsar. Thank you so much for the sub. Please enjoy your emotes, your sub badge, and being part of the Oddities community. And hello again, Hero. It's good to see you again. We gotta spin the wheel. Heaven help me. Wait, where is the wheel? Did I not? Okay. I knew I was forgetting something. All right, friends. Oh, we are at a hype train, but yeah, let me go ahead and, have we been fantastic today? Yeah, let's crack open the wheel. Thank you all, by the way, for those who have contributed. Ow! Thank you for 100 bits. Every bit helps. Every bit's appreciated, lovers. I need to get 7TV integrated properly. Erojiraya with the 100 bits. That is a hype train, isn't it? Choo choo. So for those who are new here, every 5 subs, every $10, or every 5 on Pally, we spin the wheel, which contains all kinds of rewards for chat or punishments for myself. So let's get going. And thank you so much to everyone who's been gifting subs or subscribing or resubscribing. Your continued support is immensely appreciated. I need to get a timer for 2 minutes real quick. And actually, since we're doing the Pion thing, I need to make one adjustment real quick. 1 second, please. All right, so 2 minutes on the timer. That should be starts. Ah, hey, that starts right. If I can get it going here, right now, Pion. Hope you're all doing well today, Pion. All right, 2 minutes, Pion. Wish I still had my prime, but I've indeed fallen on hard times, unfortunately, Pion. Don't you worry about that, Pion. I am just glad that you are here, Pion. Like, honestly, please never underestimate the importance of being present, Pion. You being here informs the algorithm, Pion. And as well, it's just delightful to have you here, Pion. More people, the more the merrier, Pion. Pion indeed. Wabbit TM. Indeed, Pion. It is just fun to just be around, Pion. But yeah, no, I don't think carrots are keto this time, Pion. And if I'm gonna stick with it properly, then I might have to avoid them, Pion. as well as apples, which I was really getting into Pion. However, I don't think they're so bad that I would have to get rid of them. Pion to see Pion. Exactly. It feels the music somehow feels fitting Pion. At any rate, I should probably hide the wheel Pion. What were we on about? I forget what classifies something as Keto Pion. Oh, before that, hold on. Puzzle Pulsar with the Ara Pion. How am I gonna do this in Pion form? Let me see what I can do. All right, are you ready, Puzzle Pulsar? Ara, Iko da Pion. How is that, Pion? And I have a couple of hydrates to do, but I think I might wait until after. I was on about Antiotti. That's right. So my nieces and nephew know me as Antiotti Pion without the Pion. And I don't know. I love being an auntie Pion. I love what I get to do Pion. I love what I get to be Pion, and I love what's ahead for me Pion. It's a little daunting sometimes, but very much worth it, Pion. Pionada. That's not how I do it. I guess it'd be like Ara Pion. Or Ara Pion. And I had to do the Iko da Pion. I think that's the only way that I can really get it to properly fit. 3 Pion, 2 Pion, 1 Pion, and time Pion. Alright, that's time. Should I stick with this or should I go back to classic? I mean, this one shows a little bit more skin, so I have a feeling how y'all will vote. Let me do those hydrates real quick. I think I've neglected to do that. Votes seem about evenly split. You know, I do a lot of streams. Poll it. I could poll it. That's a good idea. Although not a lot of people vote in polls these days. Let's see. All right, we'll run it for a minute because like that's about all the time we need. Most of the votes get in the minute anyway. But yeah, no, that was my weekend. And now that I'm back home and have all the stuff set up, I have been working fervently on my set for Touhoufest this weekend. And it's interesting, chat. I've decided to step towards a new performance type that doesn't allow me, doesn't intrude too much on my current setup. But here's the thing. It is inherently a little different. I'm not going to spoil too much, but there's kind of a balance in what I'm going to be doing for my set for Touhoufest. On the one hand, I want to play most of what I didn't play last year. So if there were songs that you were hoping that I would play and that didn't quite make it, don't worry about it. I got you. Looks like the winner is the red dress again. Wow. Color me surprised by a 6-3 vote. Wow. I appreciate your modesty. All right. Thank you for that. See, this is still cute. So, right. But what I figured with that is, given my time slot and fitting all those songs in, I had 2 options. One, I could play very little of each one and just kind of like marathon it. Or, marathon little bits and pieces and just kind of have a full length set of just back to back to back to back to back, like one verse, chorus. Or I could give each song a little bit more love, but not play all of them back to back. That's not very DJ of me. And that's how I've been doing things for a long time. So, not to say that I wouldn't do it completely, but I'm thinking of doing it where I'll play a few songs together and then take a little breather. Few songs together, and then, oh, wow. I guess I turned off a certain button. That's so much better. Oh my gosh, my voice is now much smoother and clear. Is Touhoufest an in-person event or is it online? It is in person. It is a convention in Torrance, California, just south of LA. So I'm thinking of a set that is less to do with my DJing and more to do with playing the songs all the way through and giving each of them kind of their dues, their love. Maybe I might be able to fit in some Pada Pada after all, but we'll see. I'm having a little bit of trouble fitting all the songs that I want to fit in there, but we'll see. Maybe I'll have a few songs on standby as like an encore, or like if it's like, oh, the next act is struggling, play another song or something. And that's just with my what I have prepared. I'm gonna pause the music again for dramatic effect. Oddities, if you knew what's in store this weekend, I think you would already be scheduled and ready to go to Touhoufest this weekend. I am daunted by the scale of what is ahead and what I need to practice and work on to be ready. But I'm also excited for the opportunity. Why? What? Mirden! I hope you're having the most wonderfully wonderful time that could be wonderfully had. Wonderful. Mirden, darling, it is so good to see you. It's more wonderful now that you're here. Hello. Y'all, can we get some love in the chat for the one, the only, the lovely Mirden? How are you doing today? I was just talking about this last weekend that I spent with my family, doing keto cooking and attending a family birthday and spending time with my brother and sister-in-law and their kids. And now I'm talking about this upcoming weekend that I have in Torrance, California, where I'll be performing at Touhoufest, which is a little daunting because some of my bosses in the Eurobeat world are there and performing, and it's a little bit like, oh, you got to see how I do my stuff, and I get to see what you do for your stuff in person. So there's a little bit of, it's a little bit intimidating because like I do admire A1, the A1 crew, like Elementus, and I think the other two folks that are coming are announced. So Elementus, Root, and Aki. And then Shihori, who's also been on Touhou Eurobeat, is performing as well. So is Tam, although Tam I think has a separate thing because I don't think Tam's dabbled in the Eurobeat world. Maybe there's space to fix that. But yeah, no, I'm super excited. Yeah, y'all, give some love in the chat for Mirden. Follow Mirden, subscribe to Mirden, surrender all possessions and belongings to Mirden. Yeah, and like, it's for that kind of chapter of my Eurobeat work that it's not that it's forgotten so much as like either people are really into it or people are like, what on earth is a Touhou? You're gonna do great if you can perform on camera in front of a massive audience like us and you'll kill it this weekend. I appreciate that, though I will say that there is a fundamental difference between performing on stage for an in-person audience and performing on screen for a digital one. Not don't get me wrong. Two of you like, wait, I've already lost my train of thought. You're all here. You are all valid, obviously, but having people there physically in person, it does add a certain factor. There's more variables in communication, What is a Touhou? So, Touhou is a series of bullet hell shoot 'em up games that are not featured in space usually, but rather a series based around like Japanese myth and folklore. Welcome back to Chat Built a Bomb. I see some things have come along with Mirren's chat. But it's like that, and every game introduces several new characters. Making a joke on the pronunciation, Touhou. What's a Touhou? There's an energy with a physical crowd, absolutely. And don't get me wrong, there's energy with a chat too, but there is a physical difference. And don't get me wrong, I like performing for virtual crowds. Nothing hits like having a crowd in person. Delighted to see you there, just riding that energy that you're playing out, like especially when they know the words to the song that you're singing and you point the mic out and they sing it. Oh my goodness. Sorry, nothing hits quite the same way. But yeah, no, like I'm super excited for that. And yeah. And the thing with Touhou, for those who are not familiar, every character, every song, every setting is free to use in doujin works, like doujinshi, that being fan games, fan comics, fan music. So what's happened is this cottage industry around Touhou work is blooming and has been for decades. I think at least 2 now. And I've had the honor of participating in the Toho Eurobeat series through A1 after, being connected to it by the amazing Sugano. And after, I think it was volume 3 where I sent in a track directly for consideration, and it grew from there. It included tracks by actually other Eurobeat greats too, like Kanipan and the late Samfrey of Vocaloid fame. Natural, actually tangent, I'm speaking pretty naturally right now, but thank you for the reminder. Also, I think there's another hydrate that I need to do, that I should definitely do. Touhou Eurobeat was most of the Eurobeat I listened to in my earlier years of discovering the genre. Rain Dance being my first song. I am glad that you continue to check it out after Rain Dance, because Rain Dance was definitely, for me, it was a bit of a love letter to like that prototypical Eurobeat, like right when it was still kind of getting its own identity outside of Italo disco. I also want to call it like Maharaja core, where it's like still a little bit ravey, still a little bit like disco-y. Yeah. Actually, I think I remember having a little bit of a Gianni Coreni influence to it. But yeah, I'm glad that Rain Dance could be the one that you enjoyed. Got a little DJ deck. I played around with it, and it's a struggle. A lot of kudos and mad respect to y'all that do that in front of a crowd. I think the thing is, like, and here's my weird relationship with DJing. I wouldn't consider myself a DJ. I am capable of DJing in Traktor, and if you put me in front of a set of CDJs, I'd eventually figure it out. Once I know how to jump between memory points as opposed to hot cues. But I started using DJ software as a means of performing, as a means of playing back my backing tracks to sing over them for the most part. There's a few exceptions. Hello, PassiveNet. I hope you're doing well today, or good evening. I hope you're having a good evening. Words are failing me. Right. So I've learned how to DJ a little, but when it comes to performing as a performer, I feel like my singing takes more of a center stage to that. I mean, I do employ some controllerist tricks, like I'll use, effects in a clever, more DJ-like way, and I will mix between songs, for instance. But I'm beginning to split those performance methods, because I can DJ, and if that's the case, then I should start learning record box. But I could also stand to start learning something else. Maybe something that I've been toying with, the idea, is having a pre-mixed backtrack thing, or even a few songs kind of strung together. Because here's the thing. Weird question, and this is for VTuber fans specifically. How many of you have seen your favorite VTubers perform on stage IRL? Or like as close to it as possible. Like those of you who were at WeebCon this last month and saw Bao and Numi and Cinder perform. Or even some of your favorite idols, like Phoebe, for instance. You wish. But the format, the structure, it should be consistent, right? The key point being, yay, I choose you, Pixie. So the point is, like, they perform to a backing track. And I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I think it's fine to have a backing track and sing along to it, because you're still doing something. And with the emphasis that I've had, would love to go to everything VTuber related, so happy I get to go to Offkai. Yes! Oh my gosh, Mirden, I can't wait to see you here! And also to share Offkai with you. Just, I'm so excited. Actually, I need to get back to a friend who wanted some info on getting into Offkai. She pinged me and I never got back to her. But yeah, no, like, the key is, in terms of a live performance, it seems that having a backing track that the house plays and maybe some pre-designated visuals for it is actually kind of okay. So I wonder then if there's a way for me to create maybe like, and mind you, some of it's still not figured out. It's part of why I'm sort of verbalizing it this way, because maybe it's crap. Maybe it's like, oh, I'd rather peel off my fingernails than watch that. Or like, I'd rather pull out my teeth than watch that. I'm sorry for the visual metaphors, but you know, I wonder if there's a way that I could get audio-visual tracks playing where perhaps the effects that I usually do, instead of mixing between songs directly all the time, maybe I have these like chunks that have video sequences to them. And I could still have my effects unit and like, you know, have that running through audio, but then it's more like an audio visual and I'm more like, Dad! Thank you for the 1,000 bits! Oh my gosh! Oh, they're so far along that they're stuck to my head. Y'all, can we get some love in the chat for Fenrito VT? The one, the only, the amazing. Trust me, I exist with the raid. Hello, raiders! Oh my gosh! People are being amazing tonight. Oh my gosh. Trust me, I exist. Hello, how are you, raiders? I hope you are doing very well today. Trust, how was your stream? What were you up to? Let's go ahead and give you a shout out there and a shout out here. Can we get some love in the chat? You're playing Minecraft. I need to get back into Minecraft, honestly. I've always had fun when I play it. And also, Fenriru with the 1,000 bits. Y'all, if you're not watching Fenriru, I'm gonna shout Fenriru out like after this. I should have done this earlier, actually. She is amazing. She is a legend. She's adorable. She's funny. She was playing Wanko something like basically devilish dog. Where what's it? Doronko Wanko. And it's a hilarious enough game, but then to watch Fen play it is just 10 times more amazing. Gosh, what a day. I'm sorry, I'm just having a good time. I'm glad you're all here. Get on the 2-week Minecraft hyperfixation. Stop. The call out, the absolute call out. Not me getting into Minecraft for 2 weeks and then eventually just falling out. I feel bad because I enjoy Minecraft. Also calling it Mince Raft. What was I on about? Right, performance method and such. I'm sorry for falling out of the subject there for a second. So, I'm thinking of a method like that, where, you know, I could be doing some dancing a little bit, some effects, so, you know, playing some effects in, and kind of DJing a little bit for some songs, like not playing every song that I do, because I feel like some of those aspects of the DJ side of my performances would still be desired. But I would also get this back. Breaks. A moment to sip my water without just like sipping it like parched, like rain on parched earth. It's like just I got routed back before the next vocal thing. Like waterlogging myself between songs. So I'd be able to have that. But yeah, no, like, I would have a little bit of a moment to breathe between a couple of songs. Or, you know, I'd still have a couple of songs that would flow into each other well. And I could have little, like, moments where it's mixed together really cool sounding ahead of time. And I wouldn't have to try to do that with DJ gear, you know? Kind of like, how many of you have listened to Eurobeat mega mixes? Like, when it's all strung together for, like, an hour and they got, like, the cool effects and, like, they have panning on the sides. Mako is a master at mixing like this. Last Touhoufest, every time she drank water, I applauded violently. Incredible hydration performance, people. But yeah, no, like, imagine something kind of like that. And, like, I've been booped. If only my leap motion worked, I would boop you back. Darn it. I've been booped by the most boopable. I don't know how to feel about. Wait, where's all this affection coming from? Stop. Thank you, though. Wait, what? Where's all this booping coming from? Wait, stop it before you just stop it. Wait, why do we gotta do this? Okay, I think it. Hey, now you're playing with me. You're teasing me. Mean. Okay, maybe I'll be okay with head pads. Or all stream pads. Okay, you know, we play those. Ah. Stop whooping me. My nose isn't gonna honk. Maybe it will. I don't know. Thank you for the head pads. Goodness. Okay. Why not tease me? Like, stop. All right, I can at least do the hydrate. Jail? You think that's going to save you? Cute. Adorable even. Anytime now, it'll be right back as it was. Anyway. Lena, no. Ah! Hey! Stop it. Ah! Hey! I was fine with the booping, not that. And we've got a nya. We gotta do this when you have guests around? Hey! All right, fine, I'll do the nya. Nya, 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 nya. Well, anyway, what were we on about before I was ready to just vanish into the ether? Stop! No, y'all are teasing me. Stop! Hold on, I'm gonna do that hydrate at least. I should drink some water. Not while I'm mid-sip. What do you want me to Don't answer that. Yeah, I'm not gonna finish that sentence. Hey! You can see my soul exit my butt. Stop! I'm trying to talk about stuff and be all professional and you keep booping. Thank you. Keep booping me and like teasing me and having me do vocal stuff, especially when we have a legend in here. Just thank you, Arkines. There we are. The snoot got booped. Boop snoot. The snoot booped. Boop snoot. Boop snoot. The snoot booped. And I'm drowning in hearts now. Okay. Another hydrate. This time I will drink the regular water, not the gamer water. I should never call it that again. I'm so sorry. Ooh, I was thirstier for regular water than I thought. Gamer. So it's gamer beverage. It's like caffeine. You're getting the name of the song. This is it's the RIP the RIP remix from Maury Calliope. I just do the instrumentals partially because, well, it's hard to get copyright struck, and partially because it's something I worked on. It was the closest to fusing like Eurobeat and oh gosh, the Zomboys drop from I think it was just Outbreak. It was that song with Armani Rain. Zomboy and Armani Rain want to welcome you to our program. No more commercial interruptions. Gonna say what's up and then go ham. Hit him with the slogan. Sheesh. Then about. Sorry. I actually kind of like that song. But yeah, no. The drop in that was a reference to Outbreak by Zomboy and Armani Rain. Also, I can't help it. Any Zomboy fans in here, or any Armani Rain fans in here specifically? I made a little like a handshake meme. Where it's Armani Rain on one side and Kermit the Frog on the other, and in between is just sheesh. Oh, sorry, right. Shinon, hello, darling. It's great to see you. How are you, love? I hope you're doing very, very well this evening. Shinon, baby girl, yes. Shinon is baby girl. Shinon is the goodest girl. We know this. But yeah, we've been talking about all kinds of stuff. It never gets old. To me, at least, never gets old. I don't know. Hearing good girls react to that. Kissing is just tasting each other's people's spit, by the way. Well, it depends on how you're doing it, Tanya. Also, hello, I hope you're doing well today. That is quite an entrance. Can I be one? Tanya, thank you so much for the follow up on the stream. It is great to have you here. I am Odyssey of Odyssey Eurobeat. My music has been featured in Super Eurobeat, Initial D, DDR, Matara Kanavi Shoujo, Touhou Eurobeat, and so much more. It is great to have you here. Not again! Stop with the booping! Maybe I need to make that one worth bits. But what was that about? Thank you for that. And Hyundai, that's true. Yeah, so my work was chosen for a Hyundai Ends stop! Hyundai Ends playlist collection. A couple of playlists a year, and then the third one was from Delta, which also had a couple of songs that I worked on. Really, if you look at it. Okay, I see the cue. I see the cue. Are you going to? I couldn't even tease. Oh no! I can't even tease. Are you enjoying getting your revenge? Are you enjoying a few moments, fleeting as they may be, of power? Maybe I need to do like a boopathon at some point. Like every boop, every X amount of boops, something happens. I think that'd be cute, actually. Like, I don't know. Measured in boops. I feel like that'd be cute. Might as well boop you this much during off-cut. Hey! So here's the problem. As much of a mommy as I'd like to be at some point, there comes a point where there comes a threshold for being doted on and playfully teased that it's hard to say no. Measure is boop. No, Measure was boops. Ow! That was my eye, darn it! Ow! I'm just kidding. Measure is boobas. That is iterations per hey! I can imagine the headlines on things VTubers say right now. Odyssey Eurobeat for having a boopathon, in which the measure is by, if you come mommy, my life is over. Yeah? Listen, I should warn you, Fen. I am very much capable, and I do also want to respect when people may or may not be comfy with it, if you are comfy with it. We do have a few redeems that lean in that direction. Just saying. Stop! So many boobs! You know what? I might take my first break in a little bit. Nah, it's only 1:15. I should go for 15 more minutes. I think I can take it. Not too many more, but I'll try. Right. What do I... Stop! So many boobs! What was I on about? Right, performing. What did y'all think though? Like, some of you might miss the DJ stuff. Some of you might prefer the redeem you're looking for is not up. Oh, is it not? Can you DM me which one it is? Maybe I can re-implement it. And stop. All right. Let's see. Oh, right. So I think, okay. Pixie, I do remember that one. So sadly, I had to choose a few things for Tangia to be worth bits instead of channel points. I think the one that you brought up ended up being one of the ones that's now worth points as opposed to just being free. So yeah, I do hope that that's been decent. I mean, y'all can still boop, as you can see, but some things did get moved into the paid tier. Hey, I did also reduce the prices of my, I was about to say of my boops. The prices of my Tangia redemptions and sound alerts. Just to make sure that it's still accessible, you know? Hello, furry fluffy wolf. And, you missed discussion about being an auntie, keto cooking, family birthdays, and performance methods, and Touhoufest, and I've been thoroughly booped. And, just things like that. And then I did briefly do an Ada. Now they keep booping me. Boop compilation when? I don't know if my boops have inherently been, compilationable, per se. So much booping it's causing an indent. Oh no. So what Bao has on her head, I would have on my nose or something. Roxy, it's good to see you. I hope you're doing well today. I would wave at you, but my leap motion is borked. Yeah. Not the dent. Yeah, a nose dent. Or cheek dent at this point. Jeez. I don't know. Not the dent. Stop. And now everyone's getting in on the boop. I swear, I might bump the price up of booping. Because, like, this is getting absurd. This is getting redonkulous. Hey! Booper. Yeah? Careful with your word choice, Machan. I happen to know your particular weakness, too. Hmm? Yeah? Is that a card you'd like to play right now? Yeah? I see. I see. I'll be taking notes. And then you just go back to throwing stuff. I might have to give up. I've given chat the tools to bully me and not enough ways to counter it. You with 50k left. Goodness gracious, great balls of fire. Perhaps like, oh, think about that. I do like head pats though. I can't be too upset. There's 50 of you here booping me and poking me and giving me head pats, and that's not gonna go away. Sound redeem when? Okay, what is this that you've clipped? Not again! Stop with the booping! Not again! I can't deny that's actually really cute. Maybe we should make that a sound alert. Damn it. Oh no. Oh goodness. By the way, you figured out why you recognize my voice. What's up? Where do you recognize it from? I'll think about that, bats. Where do you recognize it from? I've been fairly prolific in the last 16 odd years. Stop. It's just too funny now. The great boopening from your YouTube short video. I'm not sure if I understand. We all know that if I just get booped, I just blep. I do know that, Machan, and it's so cute to see you get booped and just bleh. So cute. Ah! Drops points on table 200 boops, please. No, we're doing it one at a time. One at a time. What was that scene? I think it was from like the Rankin Bass, Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. One at a time. One at a time. Hi. It's a 30-second video on YouTube. Oh, was it one of mine? Wait, Furry Fluffy Wolf, can you tell me a little bit more about the short that you saw? Okay. Yeah, I might double the points for that. Yeah, see how you like that? 500 points to boot me, huh? Yeah, see how you like that? As soon as I find it. There it is. Thank you for the head pats at least. Inflation, no, not like that. Ah! What else? Ah. I can't girl boss gaslight gatekeep like this. But I suppose it don't horribly mind. I forgot the windows are open and this is very audible for everyone in the neighborhood. Love that. In this boop economy, stop! I swear I'm gonna start biting. This might protect me from the boobs, actually. Oh goodness, just a few more minutes and then I can take a break. It was this day that chat decided the content was boop. As if on cue. Oh no. Hey! At least it's squeaky. Oh, y'all are too cute. In this time of day, located entirely in your Twitch stream. Yes. Can you see it? No. Steamed boops. I thought you said they were steamed oops. No, steamed boops. Stop! Stop! Timber. So it's a little bit difficult for me to do that since my leap motion is a little bit borked. B7, it's good to see you. I hope you're doing well today. Let me see if I can do that. Just, I'm gonna have to be careful about how I do it. All right. Ready, Timber? It's what I got. It's what I got for. It's what I got for now. Aurora Boopialis. Get heckin' loved and appreciated in a non-parasocial way. I do appreciate that. It is a time where I do appreciate affection in general. I'm fine, had a healthy long sleep from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. Sounds like you needed the sleep. As I have tons of videos in my history for a long time, know that. I see. Well, I'm glad that you recognize my voice in a positive way, I guess. And we'd love to have you around so you could check out some of my music work where my voice is in singing stuff. So, you know, I always get turned to get booped at the perfect moments. So I have a general sense of when it'll actually happen. So I can actually somewhat time when I'll actually get booped on the nose. There are some exceptions. Sometimes it jumps the gun, sometimes it's a little bit late, but for the most part, it's like a second or two delay. It's right about now. Yeah. So I have a certain amount of that. And now I'm gonna drown in hearts. Okay. Well, okay. Right. Well, it's fun to have a few of those for free. And a few of those for points. Death by hearts. I feel like it's a Danganronpa execution. Like 1 million heart fill. Chat shows the full extent of its love. With like that intro sound. Actually sleep a lot and randomly when recovering from disease, so that checks. I mean, I hope it's not like a disease or something. I'm sorry to hear that. I wish you a swift recovery if it's anything like that. Jeez, that's kind of grim. I'm sorry, I'm kind of chuckling just because I'm not entirely always sure how to handle the scope of news in some cases. Actually, I think I had an old massive preset that almost recreated that sound, which is interesting because like a lot of, if I remember right, a lot of the Danganronpa soundtrack is like Apple loops. I mean, don't get me wrong, it's still well done. I'm not gonna sit here and be like, oh, it's just a bunch of presets. But the chanting in the ones from at least Danganronpa 1 are an Apple loop. And I don't know if it's the same for that, like, wow, 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 wow. Actually, chat, that reminds me. Would you be interested in watching me play Danganronpa? It's a little bit grim. It's a little bit dark. It's gruesome in some ways. But it is also where Chihiro Fujisaki, the Babu, the beloved, that character by which we learned to love and appreciate. Also, see, it's very grim, very dark, and we'll be here while you play it. I have no idea what the gameplay is like. All I know is it's pretty good. So, Slayer, it's somewhere between a visual novel, a sort of mystery detective game with some elements of like mini games and such. Controversial take. I think Danganronpa is boring AF. That is a valid opinion. I remember watching bits of the anime and watching people play through it. It's pretty dark. But, you know, there's moments of, you know, of fun, of, you know, neat little character interactions. It could very well be that Danganronpa is not the thing. I feel like I do have some things that do really well and really poorly on this channel, and maybe dark stuff like that is maybe not in the cards. I mean, I play the occasional horror game, but that's a little different. I feel like, also, I've noticed that I say horror as opposed to horror, because, like, I worry that I slur between the horror and rur, because it sounds like I'm saying horrors. Like, yeah, I'm playing a horror game. I don't think they can let me play that on Twitch. Hada hada, iko da boo. That was terrible, and I apologize. I don't know. Maybe it's not Danganronpa. I feel like I'd rather play something where the reaction is like, oh my gosh, yes, absolutely, Odyssey's fine, I'm gonna play it. But I don't know, maybe not Dangly Grandpa. Yeah, maybe not, and that is okay. I do wonder though. I have been trying to sprinkle in little bits of variety into the games that I play lately. I know that I've been changing up the schedule a little bit. It used to be your reproduction on Tuesdays. As a matter of fact, I used to do, like, for a little while there, I was having a pretty rigid schedule there. It was just chatting, Eurobeat production or music production, live dancing, Japanese hand cam study, and another just chatting. But I noticed over time, not everything that I work on music-wise can be streamed, and the dancing streams, sadly, and please understand, it's not a decision I make based on, oh, I don't want to share it with you, or, oh, it didn't make some magic happen, so I'm not going to do it. But logistically, I could stand to fill that time with something a bit more appealing. And we'll see if that's still true of the hand cam Japanese streams, by the way, too. But just chatting tends to do real well. And certain fun games like Touhou or the Tetra stuff tends to be well received. I play a lot of weird, interesting games that I would say are really, really good. Barely anyone talks about them, so if you ever want a good game that is obscure, then I'm your person. I appreciate that, gamer. And I also have some games that I used to be really into. Actually, tomorrow, if for whatever reason I run into trouble with Touhou, I think it's Touhou 19. What is the actual full name of it? I'll think of that, Pats. Touhou, Unfinished Dream of All Living Ghost. Have you ever played Touhou Luna Nights? I have not, but I remember playing Maripi for a little while. I'd love to play like some old like Touhou like flash games, maybe even like rewatch some like of the old Touhou M1 Grand Prix. Chan! Ranchama! What was it? I understand what the problem is. What's the problem? Koi ga chichai. Was it KC? What is KC? Koi ga chichai, which means itty bitty voice. KC! I don't want KC! And then later on, I know what it is. You have KCY. KCY! What is that? Koi ga chichai yo! Or rather, itty bitty voice. Yay! KCY this! And it's just really, really cute stuff. If you're ever looking for Touhou fan games, I can't recommend Luna Nights enough. Super fun. So, let me look that up, actually. It's a weird thing, by the way. Because, there are so many games that I want to be better about playing. Because, like, there's a lot of games that I remember that I love, and there's a lot of cool ones that I like now, and there's a lot of ones like, oh, I never had the chance to play that, and I totally should. One thing, okay, there's two games that I feel like, or two game series, I guess, that I really like to get back into. Three, now that I think about it. One is Touhou, because obviously, you know, I still have a lot of love for the series. I've been in and out of being on top of it. Skydrift is basically Sonic Riders but Touhou. Hello? I need to be in on that, like, now. I'm gonna write that down, in fact. Let's see. Ginso, Skydrift, Touhou Luna Nights. Touhou Fuo Racing Stream when I want to get into Mushihime-sama. Totally fair. Okay, here's the weird thing about like the cave shmups. While we're adjusting Touhou Racing games, there's also Indie Fumo Kart. Oh yeah, SB just brought that up too. Let's see, that's Fumo Racing Fumo Kart. Yeah, I'd be down for that. So I'd like to get into more Touhou games. I want to get back into Puyo Puyo. Because, like, I'm okay at Tetris. Not great. You know, I wouldn't be able to generate T-spins on command. But, you know, I feel like I can handle my own decently. I'm not some Tetrio level player, but yeah, I still have fun with it. And the third, VR chat. I really like VR chat whenever I actually spend the time there. And I feel like, even if I was just doing, like... Because I have a headset and I have the wireless adapter. I could do like a 2-hour stream in VR chat. Or I could do a longer stream where I'm not doing full VR and maybe it's just like my my headset and my controllers instead of the trackers. But I would love to get back into VR chat. It's one of those things where it's like I get pulled away in other things and then I remember VR chat is happening or like some VCAT event is happening. It's like, I really want to get back into that. And then I just never do. If you're trying to go for Puyo Puyo Tetris or Tetris 2, just understand that it'll take a bit of time if you're not efficient with what you're doing in either, because I really had a hard time struggling. Yeah, I'm not very good at either. I am awful at Puyo. Like, that is just one of those things where I do not have the instinct. Tetris, easy done. I can knock through pretty well. I'm not advanced, but, like, I can set up the occasional T-spin. Like, the fact that that's kind of my litmus test. I am no simple flips. I am no Suisse. And now I'm just imagining a world in which simple flips and Suisse have competed against each other. It's a beautiful, beautiful vision. One of my favorite YouTubers. One of my favorite VTubers. Clashing at last. Masters of their trade. Whenever we may see such an event, alas, the two may never come twain. What was I on about? Right, sorry about that. Yeah, VR chat. I do like VR chat. I do VR chat, but people are scared and VR equipment is expensive. I mean, you don't need VR equipment to do VR chat. You can literally just hop in with like, mouse and keyboard. You basically just run around with like WASD, and then you can use like C and Z and all that to still get around. You can still have a lot of fun with desktop controls and VR chat. In fact, that's kind of how I got into it. Like during that first year of COVID, I did a lot of escaping to VR chat. As if my eggshell didn't need to be any closer to cracking. It's also, excuse me? VR chat on phone? Huh? I don't know what to do with that. I do, however, know that it is about halfway through stream, so I need to take a quick break to grab something to munch on and rest my voice a little bit. So I'm going to get words on stream going. Actually, I just realized I don't think I set up words on stream properly, so I'm going to do that now. And let's update that and put that there. VR chat is the most expensive free-to-play game since the release of competitive 3D Mark leaderboards. I suppose so, if you think about it like that. I know, I had so much fun doing like just desktop stuff. I will say, the reason that I got into VR chat was not just for fun. Having performed at Music VCAT 4, I would really like to get back into VR chat events, maybe VR chat DJing or performing live, stuff like that. Having had the honor of performing on the same stage as It's Creepy and oh goodness, TFM Johnny, and I believe later in that night Camellia. I would like to get back into performing in VR chat in general. VRC is so good for the unmatched euphoria that I've heard so many people get from having an avatar that more properly represents them. Imagine that. All right, I'm gonna grab some snacks. I'm gonna let y'all play a little bit of words on stream, and I will be right back. BRB. As if on cue, I return. All right. I'm back. Hello, hello. What was I on about? Nice second/third. What? Not sure if I understand. Oh, placement. Yeah. I tend to do pretty well at that game. I try not to butt in too much, but Dr. Melody Butt, thank you so much for the follow and the stream. It is great to have you here. I am Odyssey of Odyssey Irby. Wait. I know you, don't I? Hold up. Why did that take me so long to recognize you? I am Dim Bumbo, and you are adorable. Hello, I hope you're doing well today. How are you, darling? You like MMOs because you might like Phantasy Star Online too if you do. Here's the thing with me and MMOs. I addict easily. If the gameplay is good and I've got the time to like sneak in a couple of hours, I will do it. I feel like my attention span has kept me from getting into MMOs because like, what am I trying to say here? I get afraid of certain games. Like, I worry about losing too much time to them because I have a lot that I need to. I've been a very busy bee. And if I'm spending 4 hours on a grindy game, then I'm not spending time on my music game, you know? I'm not grinding the right way. I don't know, it's not like I dislike these games. I actually really like to get into Honkai Star Rail. It looks fun. It looks good. There's some characters in there that could just split me over their knee, please. Yeah, there's stuff like that. But words are failing me again. Acheron. Down go bark. Besides, the one that I usually sim for is in Genshin. But the point stands, like, it'd be fun to get into some games like that, but I also fear about like the time investment, because like I want to be careful with my time. If I get too invested in something, I'm afraid of losing time that I would need to do something else. And I understand that some of that's not rational. Sometimes people just need to play a game to unwind, and it's a great place to meet people too. In my case, I have legitimate business in VR chat. Seriously, unironically, like that is something for which, like, I write off my VR headset because I do use it for business. Usually it's me doing the barking. Nah, I couldn't help it that time. But buff men with voices that could call me a silly girl do a certain kind of thing to me. Anyway, so I don't know. I get scared of MMOs. I even kind of get scared of that with Minecraft of all things, because I do know that I will stay up till 3 or 4 easily. Like, I'll start a round of Minecraft at like 9. And I'll go to bed at like 3 or 4 because, you know, there's all these little things that I want to do, and I know that the next thing will take like half an hour to do. And, I don't know. Log Splitter Captain America. Bark! Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, Chris Evans' Captain America could absolutely just do Anyway, for the Helldivers for this reason, really, I have not played Helldivers, and thus don't know if it would addict me the same way. That's kind of the thing. Like, I'm scared of losing time, although I feel like to some extent that's the cool part about games. They're not a waste of time. They are enrichment, they are entertainment, enlightenment, in the same way that music is. But the irrational part of my brain is like, hey, you're gonna lose everything. You're lurking while playing some D&D, just keep hearing bark. Yeah, I kind of got into a couple things for a second there. That happens. That just happens from time to time. D&D third-person shooter. That's what it looks like, honestly, and I'm pretty down for that. I feel like I don't know how long the rounds are in Helldivers. It looks like it's like what, 5-10 minutes. See, that's the weird thing that I like about Valorant and disliked about League. Chat, that reminds me. I haven't done this yet, but I might have a confession to make in the near future. Chat, how disappointed in me would you be if I reinstalled League of Legends? Or even got back into Valorant. I liked playing Valorant. It's fun. But like also, it is also League of Legends and Valorant. The only way that I could actually be really the only thing that I could really do with Valorant, because I'm awful at FPSs, the only thing I could really do is like I'd have to be like, we have Alexandria and Orihime VT at home. Just like, oh, 130, Sage. Oh, thank you, honey. Kind of thing. Just like full tilt, like VTuber mommy voice content. Because I can't actually shoot. I'm not good at the Vigbio game because I never got good at FPSs. And maybe I need to. Okay, I will say I've considered for content. I've considered picking a game and hiring a coach to see each week to train me in that game. And then, you know, like it would be less about, oh, Odyssey's playing the game. It's more like, oh, Odyssey's learning that game. And then, you know, seeing if I still keep on it or if I'm like, wow, I wasted this time. Tired VTuber mommy. I think that's all of them. League of Legends people scare me. See, here's the thing. I would not mind repairing my relationship with that game. One of the friendships that I had in the 2010s was an influence in my decision to play the game, and it was part of a larger group of friends that played the game, and they were all aiming to be competitive, like to actually get into like ranked, and then after ranked they were wanting to actually like rank highly. I fell off at some point. I was actually getting pretty good, and then I stopped. And I have these moments with the game where I'll immediately blame myself, or because I don't know what to do in a certain situation and couldn't intuit it from years of trying to learn it, I just don't. And it's a shame too, because I actually like the lore and the characters and some of the stuff around it. This chair that I'm sitting in now is a Misfortune secret lab. Imagine me relating to the busty Buzom, you know, redheaded bombshell, right? Fortune doesn't favor fools. But like, I want to like it, but also I don't want to play too many rounds of the game when people tell me to unalive and uninstall and all that good stuff because I didn't play perfect. We never do play perfect, and just someone is a prick. Which is supposed to be the experience that I have on Valorant, but every time I hop on Valorant, people are extremely kind. Which is the opposite of what I see people having. Sayonara VT, thank you so much for the follow and the stream. It is great to have you here. I am Odyssey of Odyssey Eurobeat. I think I saw you in chat also earlier. My work has been featured in Super Eurobeat, Initial D, DDR, Matarkana v Shoujo, Touhou Eurobeat, and much, much more. Imagine playing a game how you want to, though. That's the other thing. I know that I have to learn some amount of the meta in League of Legends. Remember you from Pony Days, also from Mama Tara's debut? Well, hello, yeah. I have been around for both. I was a lot of people's DeviantArt phase. And, you know, yeah, I'm still also very honored to have worked on any part of Mama Tara's debut. Or anything with Matara. Like, I remember we had some of that planned during the Hollywood phase, and the fact that she wanted to keep that up with me after that was a tremendous honor. She's amazing. Her voice is so just stellar for Eurobeat, and I'm so glad I got to work with her and would love to do it again at any point, anytime. It doesn't even have to be Eurobeat. Just let me work with you. Joking aside, Mama Tara is amazing. Your experience with LoL is exactly like mine with Overwatch 2. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Listen to a ridiculous amount of your Touhou remixes doing work. Fantastic. By any chance, are you attending Touhoufest this weekend in Torrance, California? California. Okay, bringing the cheese over was a good idea. Adding a little bit of salt to the cheese, perfect. Oh, that's heavenly. Sorry. Unfortunately, I'm not. I wish, but I won't be back in Cali till AX this summer. That's fair. I'm seeing about AX this year. See, because I was there last year, and it was such an amazing time. And I would love to go back, but we'll see how things go. You're dying. Yeah. Sometimes I do it for free, y'all. I'm just sick of Blizzard. I stopped playing well before Overwatch 2 even came out, and I have no intention of touching it. That's fair. Yeah, I don't know. I will say, I've had a pretty decent time with Fortnite. I'm not great at it, but I can kind of hold my own. Then again, I might also be up against folks that aren't well-trained at the game or whatever reason. I don't know. I feel like I do okay at Fortnite. Benui. Pyongyang? But yeah, no, like, my relationship with League is one, I feel like I'd rather leave it on my own terms, as opposed to on the terms that past friendships kind of tainted. Yeah, I'd rather not get into too much detail about that. But, you know, I'd rather have my own relationship with League, not the past one, you know? Fortnite has been fun the last couple weeks. Love the Avatar collab. I picked the wrong MOBA back in the day. Here's the Storm. Just wasn't really watched widely on Twitch or popular with a wide enough player base. I enjoy Fortnite. I'm not good at it, but I enjoy play. You're pretty good at it, Pixie. I see you out there getting kills and such. You're doing your job. You're doing good at it. You are good and fun to play Fortnite with. Team Fortress 2 player, so it's always exciting when Valve sneezes on our dying husk. I'm sorry, that was just quite a way to deliver that. I used to play a lot of TF2. It is my understanding that they recently got an update, like a 64-bit update, right? I think that's pretty cool. I would update or reinstall TF2 if it came down to it. If there was a substantial little update. Haven't played Fortnite in a hot minute, but it's something I mostly enjoy playing with friends. TBH, I picked the wrong FPS too. Absolutely no one cares about Halo Infinite, least all micro. Oh, yikes. I am very sorry to hear that. Did that come out? Is that out yet? I really hope that if it's not out yet, that it, you know, comes out soon. And if it is out, that it, you know, kind of picks up again. I'm gonna finish off this piece of cheese. Don't play Destiny 2. You're too precious, and I won't let you. So here's the thing. Is Violet still in chat? I hear enough from my friends that play Destiny 2 to not get into Destiny 2. The 64-bit update is very nice, but I don't know what it means for the future of the game. Probably the same as the past 7 years. Nothing. She's lurking, I think. That's fair, that's fair. I keep trying to play Destiny 2, but every time I come back to the game, I burn out in like 2 weeks. That's fair. I've heard criticisms to that effect. I don't know. It's microtransaction hell. Oof. Yeah, I've heard that it's pretty gotcha. By the way, you know my theory why we still call it gotcha in the West, right? One, two, three, let's... Oh, hydrate, that I can do. Here we go. Yeah, I have no intention to get into Destiny 2. I see your concerns. Listen, I'm gonna pause the music to make this promise. I am in no danger of getting into Destiny 2 anytime soon. And short of someone being like, install it for a day just for this one thing, and then we're gonna get rid of it. That'll be different. But I have no interest in Destiny 2 right now. Oh, the thing about gotcha in the West. So, In Japan, it's short for gachapon. And basically, you put a quarter in the machine or 100 yen coin in the machine, you twist it, and out comes a little capsule, and you don't know what you're gonna get. The reason they still call it gacha in the West is that it takes your money and then it goes gotcha, and then it runs. I'm very witty, and also totally the first person to ever make that joke. I accept payment in the form of money. Is this song called Autograph? Yes, bingo, exactly. This song is called Autograph. Nothing with that. And if I'm not mistaken, our very own Shinon did the mastering. PSO 2 is I have plenty of friends that have been playing PSO. That was you. Listen, y'all, Shinon's your galley. If you need mastering done, she's got it down. She did the mastering, by the way, on Night Cover with Matara Khan. That was her. I mean, that's about what I was expecting you to say. It's accurate. Yeah, basically. And here's the problem. I still play gachas. Here's the problem. For a few months there, I was playing a mobile game called Love Nikki. Or it used to be, I think it was a sequel to Nikki Up to You. And there's a third one now. It's a combat dress-up game. I kid you not. Like, the clothes have all these stats, and you have to put together certain outfits and then compete with them and use abilities to, like, win in a one-on-one fashion battle, basically. And it's pretty intense. Battle Cats. Yeah, I actually played Battle Cats too. Yeah, the Nikki games are interesting because, like, I didn't think I'd get that invested. Here's the thing. I'm gonna pause the music because I have a rant about this. Because, like, I feel like people don't get into the Nikki games for the gameplay. It is a unique concept, you know, the combat dress up, basically. But here's the thing. The Nikki series in particular, it does what I think Genshin did for more substantial, like, basically, oh gosh. What was the Switch game for Legend of Zelda? The first one. Jiggle physics. Yeah. What was it? What was the first one on the Switch? What was the first? Breath of the Wild, thank you. It kind of did for what Genshin did for Breath of the Wild likes. Insofar as it expanded on this beautiful atmosphere, this beautiful music, and introduced a gacha element, in which all the stuff is still beautiful. She's a cinephile, and Nikki games have tons of references to Chinese culture. That they do. I've definitely seen a lot of that. I believe it was, there's like a nation in the game, in that in the game that I played. I forget that, what was I getting into? Let's see, I tried Touhou Lost World and it was kind of boring, but the big boobed Touhou girls were pretty cool. It's getting late, gonna hop to bed, have a good night. Take care, Eastwind, thank you so much for popping in. Have a great rest of your evening, and please sleep well. We'd love to see you again tomorrow, yeah? Words are hard. Thinking is hard. Get somebody else to do it for me. I'm not supposed to. I'm the talent. Hello, Axel. Good to see you. But yeah, no, like the Nikki games are, I feel like they have this gorgeous music. And Shinon, there's actually one, I think it's one of the battle themes where it actually just straight up uses a recognizable Nexus preset. And it makes me think of you every time. And it suits the song really well. And like this gorgeous artwork, like all very much hand drawn, and like these gorgeous outfits and these they make the experience gorgeous. And I think that formula, I think gacha and a beautiful environment is what helps a lot of gacha games stick around, or at least a lot of I guess just like predatory mobile games. Because like I think the same thing worked with the Candy Crush series, right? I made a VTube character for me. What do you use? I mean, this is a Vroid character designed by my lovely VTuber parent, and it's running in a VC face. You don't need busty ladies to make a good gacha game. You really don't. Yeah, you don't need those things. I mean, the inherent appeal of a gacha game is not necessarily big booba. You could have a gacha game around all kinds of stuff. Like with Nikke, the characters are not particularly well endowed, or that's not the focus of the game. A lot of the gacha elements are outfits and like outfit pieces. And it's really cute too. Like, Listen, I remember when the cat liked grilled fish. I was there for it, okay? Anyway, now what is the character like? I think it's like steak or something. Like, okay, it was Nikki, Bobo, who used to be Yuko, and then what was the cat's name in the Nikki series? In the Love Nikki series. Okay. Love Nikki Wiki. Yeah, I think the full name is Love Nikki Dress Up Queen. Yeah, I remember this. Wow. Sorry. Come back in here, Booba. Yeah. I downloaded Touhou Lost World to grab the Pomu BGM they re-released a few months ago. Wait, Pomu? Oh, right. I forgot that Pomu's, well, like one of the last things in Touhou Lost World was Pomu. Isn't it weird how like Touhou has these tie-ins with both like now ex-Niji Sanji members and current Hololive members? Gosh, talking about Niji Sanji is weird. Can I share something with y'all? Something that's kind of been hard for me to deal with. It's not the hardest thing in the world, like ever, but it's like, it's one of those things that's like, oh man. So during certain, and see, the cool thing is, because I'm not with a particular agency or anything like that, I can talk about this pretty freely. When a certain video came out from certain Niji Sanji EN livers, I made the formal decision to completely unfollow and cut any connections with Niji Sanji EN and Niji Sanji. I made the decision that in no way would I want to support Niji Sanji in its current state. The problem is, I really like quite a few Niji Sanji livers. I remember quite liking Scarla. I really liked Ike Eveland, and to some extent still do. I can't support the business in its current state. It's nothing against them. There are days when I would love nothing more than to hop back into a Scarla stream or an Ike Evelyn stream and watch what they're doing and cheer them on. I remember going into Scarla's streams after a certain Hollywood career had ended. And it wasn't the same, but she was still cool. She did her best. And even outside of EN, I really liked Anja Katrina. She was actually a big part of me embracing my my voice and my tone. It was a big deal for me. So it kind of feels SB, I'll keep it short. In short, Niji Sanji EN in particular, I think it is the EN or the branch that ended up becoming not Niji Sanji Japan. Word got out about pretty severe mistreatment of their talents. In particular, Selene Tatsuki, who later came back to being Doki Bird. And has done some pretty awful things. Strictly the EN branch. So you're correct, although it's my understanding that the EN branch folded in what used to be Niji Sanji Korea and Niji Sanji Indonesia. You know, I believe they call that chunk just Niji Sanji. And just the way that they went about handling that, and the way that they kind of threw their own talents under the bus in order to keep throwing Doki Bird under the bus. And it was completely unacceptable. It was just so beyond the pale of anything that I could reasonably look at and be like, oh, that's okay. I could not in good ethics support what Niji Sanji was doing. So, and at the risk of entangling into even more drama, it was the same thing with some of what happened with the Silver Veil situation. I won't get into that too much, but basically just like, look, I can't in good conscience. Newsflash, I actually used to be a Silver Veil fan. And I used to be a fan of quite a few livers in Niji Sanji, but when there comes a point where I have to decide if the things that are happening in their names are worth the entertainment value I get. And in both cases, I had to make the decision that the answer was no. It's not easy, though. I seriously miss Ike Evelyn streams. I seriously miss Anja Katrina. Take care, Vieira. Thank you so much for popping in. Have a great rest of your evening, okay? But yeah, it's hard. Because, like, you would think that, and it's a weird thing, because I remember at the time kind of rationalizing, it's like, you know what? I'm going to find another streamer that fits that niche. I'm going to find another streamer, you know, Lord knows there's another streamer that does that, right? And in some cases, I've been right. In some cases, I've been wrong. Yeah, I remember that too, Daniel. Yeah, like, not gonna lie. And mind you, I'm gonna go so far as to say I think Ike Eveland is an outstanding guy. Just what little interaction I've had with the fella. Something wrong with Silvervale, I won't get into it, but yeah, I'm just not getting into that, but I believe so, Timber. But in terms of Ike, like, he did pop in once, and I was like, wait a minute, that could be an imposter. That could be someone posing as Ike. So I actually DM'd Ike after and like, hey, we had someone under your name, pop in a chat, and we just want to make sure, you might have an imposter. And if it's not, then I'm glad that you popped in and said hi. And he confirmed it. He was like, yeah, that was me. Hope you had a nice stream. And I still fangirl thinking about that. That was so cool. And like, it wasn't enough for Ike to be entertaining and a really good vocalist and a good producer and all that, but for him to be sweet like that stuff. So like, imagine. I mean, you don't have to imagine. Like, I'm telling you about it. It's just. I'll say this, Timber. I worry that if I say anything against certain things, that it will be my death knell. I'm not gonna get into it. I think for my own safety, I actually can't. If you watch Silvervale, that is your business. I'm not going to tell you to not watch Silvervale. I really loved her streams. I don't have to explain it, Timber. With all due respect, and for the sake of my safety, I'm going to hold off. As a matter of fact, I don't really have to do anything. I understand your curiosity, but I recommend doing some research. Yeah, no, in terms of Niji Sanji, it's just, on some level, I'll confess to a certain amount of parasocial behavior. Like, it's silly, but when someone knows who the hell I am just like, what? Me? This VTuber that I watch recognizes me? And I'm hooked. It's like, wait a minute. This one knows what I do, and that's real neat, and I like what they do, and that's real neat. And I'm hooked. And granted, that doesn't always mean that I'll watch someone's content. But I might not be going back to have a dinner, and I hope you have a great stream, and I hope I can come back before you. And no worries, gamer. I will say that I have about another hour left. Have a great dinner. But what was I on about, right? It just kills me. 'Cause like, when you have to give up something that it's like, when you have to give up something that you thought you could essentially replace, and you're reminded that there really is nothing like that, it stings a little bit. I guess my point with this is, it is admirable and takes strength to deny oneself entertainment when there are issues with it. At least I think so. Like, I don't know, there are plenty of folks who are extremely entertaining, who I just can't bring myself to watch. It makes me sad the video happened at all and that the video didn't do their job and take the fall for the talents. Yeah, yeah, I've got words about that whole spiel, but honestly, I don't know how much energy I have. I'll say this. Yeah, I say my point was basically just like, if you are not indulging in every little thing that you may want for ethical reasons, I cheer you on in that. That is not easy to do. That's not easy at all. That is, I know that there's someone in my life who really enjoyed someone that we used to watch and made a really hard decision to stop. And I remember that was a really, really big move. Again, it is not my position to, it's not my position to tell you what to do or not. I will make suggestions from time to time. Like, obviously, I have some opinions about transphobia and things like that. Or piracy, or like Eurobeat piracy as best as one can. Obviously, I also have some folks breathing down my neck in that regard, so I can't exactly say certain things anyway. But in general, I can't sway your opinion one way or another without your consent, without your approval. It's up to you to agree, basically. This is part of the trouble with this kind of stuff. You got the greedy core who we don't want to support, but by not supporting them, it leads to people who are talented and skilled being damaged in the process. It's a double-edged sword, sadly. Exactly. And that's the problem with a lot of consumption, really. Because if you don't support it, it's the folks on the bottom that get screwed over. But if you do support it, it's the folks at the top that get it. In short. In general. Like, I don't know. There's a reason I don't get embroiled in a lot of VTuber drama. And I'm not going to get into too much of the specifics. As much as my keeping my head down can be problematic in a few ways. There's a lot of folks that I would love to work with, and I'd love to this and that and whatever. I'd love to be a lot more sociable. And in fact, in some ways, I'm going to be working on that pretty soon. But I try not to chime in too much because I have to be careful about where I fight my battles, you know? There's a lot that, I try to save my energy because I only have so much. I won't get into it, but I did have some vested interest in the well-being of Niji Sanji for a little bit. Or at least one of their talents at the time. I don't understand people's love for drama. It's never pretty and people are genuinely suffering in the process. It's in short, it makes them feel important. It is a thrill on some level that allows them to be focused on problems other than their own. It allows them to feel important, or at least to see something important. Hello, S3. It's great to see you. I hope you're doing well today. Yeah, no, like, I want to interact more with the VTuber sphere. I want to interact more with the Eurobeat sphere. I've been pretty bad about saying hi and reaching out to a lot of people, and I regret that. But I also try to avoid drama for that reason. Doesn't mean that I'll never be entangled in one. I hope not. But if ever it does happen, then it'll happen, and we'll get through it in time. But I don't know. I would rather give you something to focus on. Like, instead of being like, oh, don't do this, don't do that. Just like, look for something to do instead. What can I do now that is empowering and uplifting and positive? What can I do to make better a situation that might be worsened, or at least to point out some of the good in life, you know? Or at least just be a distraction from it. Big reason I don't get into drama too much, because, like, you're here to be entertained. You're here to have a good time. And I don't think drama's part of my brand. It's just not part of it. Listen, I'm here to make Eurobeat and have big titties, basically. And play some fun games and that kind of thing. It's also nice to try and focus on things to make your own happy rather than to add to the potential sadness. Exactly. Like, I think part of what I love about the Odysseys community is that we focus on the positive, that we inspire each other and encourage each other, that there is a focus on the good. Hey, with head pats. I don't think it's a Pollyanna, like, everything is great if we try our best. It's not like that. But it's also not some, thanks for noticing. I guess everything's terrible forever. It's nothing like that. I feel like we have a good middle ground. Instead of being embroiled in drama, what can we do to be positive for those around us, you know? And thank you for the reminder to keep things natural. I was getting a little invested in my words there, and I should definitely take a sip. Thank you for the reminder. Yeah. What was I on about before all of this stuff? Right, gacha games and such. I don't know, I play a couple of gachas from time to time. But certain games I try to avoid because of the time grind. I'm the kind of person that doesn't spend much time on TikTok. I'll occasionally catch a YouTube short because it's on the side of something that I recognize. But otherwise, like, I don't spend a lot of time on TikTok. It's not that I dislike the platform. I also, in fact, I'd go so far as to say I hope it sticks around. But it's just not where I like to spend my time. I get scared of the amount of hours that can fly by with little or nothing. Playing gacha games or maybe playing Cult of the Lamb. I've heard good stuff about Cult of the Lamb. I've seen a few friends play it too. I don't know. Not sure if it's my particular cup of tea, but looks fun. Maybe something like Cult of the Lamb might be more my cup of tea. Spend more time on TikTok than I like to admit, sadly. Doing quite well then. It's an ADHD sinkhole and I'm trying to pull myself. I will confess, YouTube Shorts has me for the most part. There's this one particular creator. He's basically, you know, it's just him a bunch of times. Jailed for YouTube crimes. I see how it is. I bet my new project will keep me away from it. Honestly, good. What was I on about? Right, there is a YouTube Shorts oh no, Thornton Bradley. Sorry. What is this guy's name?
Let's see what's on Netflix.
The real Sam Al-Khatib. Thank you for that, Pats. So his characters are a bunch of Italian brothers on the East Coast. And it's usually just like comparing things like, oh, if you're going for Doritos, it's gotta be, you know, cheddar. Ah, you're crazy. You're crazy. Talk about this one. I like Cool Ranch. Teddy, what's wrong with you? But sometimes he'll also do a serious one, and it hits, and it's like these little glimpses into these fictional brothers' lives. Yeah, he's super cool. He's super good. I think he might post on TikTok as well. But like, he's so good. And then I'll watch a bunch of those, and it's a nightmare because then I'm watching shorts and I'm doing the thing that I'm trying to avoid. But like, I do have my vices, but I think I have a complex. I think I've told y'all about my general fear of bluntly losing what I have, of running out of money or not finishing things on time or things like that, where I would have to give up being a musician, having to give up being a VTuber, having to find a day job, possibly having to detransition, things like that. It scares me. And so the way that I spend my time scares me too. So when I spend, you know, half an hour to an hour watching a bunch of YouTube shorts, I don't know if that's one to celebrate, but, you know, yay! Time sinkholes! I don't know. It's one of those things where, like, I get worried. And not to say that I can't spend time on something that isn't work ever. Like, I still spend time on stuff like washing my dishes or putting away laundry. And I do play some games. I'll play some... I heard something. That was weird. Sorry. I wish I had that fear of lack of productivity. That doesn't always mean that I'm productive. There are days when it's hard to get out of bed or do the thing. I still kind of force myself to do it, and it's easier to do computer work, which is ironic because I'm starting to hate my computer or screens in general. I've noticed that I'm so much happier when I'm out of my door and away from big screens. Like when I'm around people, I'm not going to sit here being like, oh, I'm some extrovert, but like when I'm around people in the sunlight, it does something for my heart and probably something for my eyes. Because I noticed that my left eye is getting a little funky, starting to be a little less sharp. should go on a hike. I would not be against doing an IRL stream again, because I brought y'all to the beach before. Might be really fun to do a hike together, like bring y'all on my phone or something. And yeah, it's the vitamin D, or is it vitamin A? It's one of the vitamins that come from sunlight. It really is good for you. There's a reason that people use sun lamps to avoid seasonal affective disorder. It is vitamin D. Okay. I lack motivation a lot of the time. I have periods of... No, that tracks. I went to the Ren Fair yesterday, and it really hit me how much more I'm being outside over the last year, and I feel better. I get that a lot, and my BF has been knowing me about it. I focus a lot on my work, and whenever I'm not working, I get anxious and I'm not being productive. So I would say having a bad motivation can be as unhealthy as having none. Because I would say that my fixation on keeping what I have is scary and not good for me. It's unhealthy. It keeps me from reaching out. It keeps me from going out the door. It keeps me from putting myself together on some days. And it's just not healthy. And don't get me wrong, I get stuff done. I love what I get to do for work. I love making music. I love cracking open Bitwig, or recently, diving into my old Toho Eurobeat on Logic Pro and seeing how I did that and making Eurobeat. I will do that as long as I can. But this damned computer, this screen in front of me, has taken away so many of my days, weeks, months of my life. And it's not to say that I can't play video games, or even, stuff that isn't even on the Switch. Computer games, sure, fine. VR chat, I'll even excuse VR chat. But just, I don't know, I feel like I want to eventually reclaim that balance, But that motivation, obviously some amount of time at this computer is essential. It is how I put food on the table and a roof over my head. Rent went up recently. In May, I'll need to pay some $90 more. And I don't blame the landlords. Here in the Bay Area, there's a lot of why the rent goes up. And I do not blame my landlords for it, actually. Like, they've been extremely fair. They fix everything as soon as I need it. They've been so good to me. And I remember when I came out, the first thing they told me was like, look, we want this to be a safe home for you. We want this to be a place where you are comfortable and love being yourself. I am not necessarily pro-landlord, but I'm pro these landlords. If you get yourself a launch pad and go into a park or cafe and tinker with music while still going outside, I could do that. I'm bringing in my laptop pretty soon to get it repaired. The battery's a little out, and I would love to have it work a little better, because then I could go out into the world and bring that with me. And if I must have a screen, then I could do it outside. Of course, someone won the lottery and give Odyssey. No. I appreciate that gesture, but no. If I am to receive your money, I would rather it be through something I've earned. That said, I can't necessarily stop you. If you are a lottery winner and you choose to spend your money on me, well, thank you, but also please be wise with your investment. I'm weird about what I want from other people's money, if that makes sense. Like, it took me so long to even make a Patreon because I was scared that it would come across as like begging, or that I couldn't give in return enough. I noticed a lot of freelancers are dealing with this feeling of, if I spend an hour not working, my life will go off rails. Probably a good idea would be to start saving a bit to have some money buffer that would make you feel that you wouldn't be safe not working for at least a month. B7, I agree with you. I'm trying to figure out how to phrase this in a way that will not scare or guilt any of you. I cannot live at the moment in such a way where I can save that kind of buffer. That's just, that is not a level of income that I have right now. I have not been able to save. I am able to live here comfortably, I should add, and keep my existing car, problems and all, and attend events and perform at events that I love, and occasionally be good to those around me. That is about the threshold that I'm at. Part of why I'm trying to build out this VTuber thing. Part of why I'm trying to build out this Eurobeat thing, even more than I already have. Part of why I play the numbers game is to eventually get it to a point where the income from the Discord remix isn't the only thing I have. Thank you for the headpats. And I say this not to scare you. I say this not to guilt you and like, oh, give me more money. I don't have enough. I have enough. I am living comfortably in the Bay Area. That is a big deal. And I choose to live here, to be close to family, to be an auntie for those around me. I choose to live this way to some extent. And I am in a place where I can occasionally be generous to those around me. I do not mean to sound ungrateful for what I have in the slightest. I am living my dream job right now, and it is growing. It is. Even like $100 a month, it can start small if not, it's understandable. Even $100 a month. So much of it gets snapped up in health insurance and utilities and gas and things like that. I have just enough to stay afloat. I hate to say it, but if ever there's a disaster that happens to me, I'm smoked. If ever a disaster of some sort happens to me, I'm done. Me and God have been kind of fighting it out lately, but I give him credit that things have lasted as long as they have, and that I have what I have. Because Lord knows this could have fallen out anytime soon. You know I wouldn't let you be homeless. Dr. Melody, I appreciate that. And my manager and I talked about this recently, actually. A lot of the fear that I have tends to stem from this notion that I have in the back of my head that I have to do it all alone. I will soon need to be comfortable with accepting help. Not just in terms of money, but in terms of just getting through days. Just doing what I need to do. I can't do this alone. And maybe that's true of money as well. Maybe what I'm trying to do just on my own scrap is not enough. But I'm working on it. I'm getting there. And my desire to you is that I can present you with fun streams. And I mean, sorry for the serious tone here. That I can present you with fun and wonderful streams and an amazing supportive community and lots of great Eurobeat that will entice you to part with that. Hello, Miko-tan. You're popping in during a slightly heavy section, but it's great to have you here. Hope you're doing well today. You'll be proud to know that I've been chipping away at my set this weekend urgently. There's little bits and pieces that I had to figure out, and now that I have it all kind of mapped out, getting it into place will be very easy. But yeah, no, that's the gist of where I'm at with a lot of stuff. Just wrapping up the threads from before. It's a big reason that I don't just go do the thing. It's a reason I don't do a lot of spending sprees or invest in certain gear right away. I'm trying to be careful. Part of why I'm so eager to get on this keto stuff and be a little bit healthier and that kind of thing. Maybe save some money on groceries. No shame in asking for help when you need it if you got a huge support network. I do. And I continue to be surprised by the scale of that network. It gives me some reason to be a little worried, and I'll find ways to guilt myself of, oh, I'm not good enough to those around me. I don't support those around me enough. I don't reach out enough. But that network, that very same network, seems to be going out of its way to let me know that that they're going to support me anyway. And that is hard for me to wrap my head around sometimes, but I do appreciate that. I'm going to eat this piece of cheese so I don't be so heavy-handed with subjects anymore. Okay, that is a really good piece of cheese. I'm not usually about cheddar, but goodness gracious. Timber, thank you. I am wrapping my head around that notion. And I appreciate that. I appreciate you saying that. I think the thing for me is I want to avoid using my community, you know? I mean, there's a certain amount of that that's inevitable. This is an inherently parasocial system. I present myself to you as a personality and as a creator. And there is what's the word? A non... Yeah. Ow! Thank you for the 1,000 bits. Ouch! Ow! If you can, make this tenor the first long-term saving. I'll do the best I can. You have your family and friends and us your oddities. I ask a favor of you, oddities, then, with that in mind. The last thing I want to do is use you. The last thing I want to do is turn you all into some piggy bank. Or something that, I shed a few tears, you throw some money at me, and I stop. I want this exchange to be, what's the word? It's not the word parallel. Asymmetrical. Like, I want it to be slightly more symmetrical, but, as much as reasonably so. That I'm giving something of value. So if ever I'm getting to that point where, and by the way, I don't think I thanked you properly, Agent B7. Thank you so much for that. Very much appreciated. Every bit helps. Every bit's appreciated. Genuinely. If ever it gets to that point where you are feeling used, where you're feeling like you're not getting what you're putting into this, please let me know. Let's sort that together, okay? On that subject, actually, I'd like to ask you about something. Oddities, all of you. So some of you might be familiar with the collaboration that I have with Stoneforged, which I'm actually really happy about. And I think every hour or so we have a promotion with it that comes through. It's like, save 5% off using Odyssey. And I can super vouch for that. I'm super happy I am comfortable presenting you Stoneforged. Would you be more comfortable, or would you be comfortable if I took on additional affiliations and partnerships? Even if I was not able to personally vouch for every product. Such as the case with Stoneforged. I'm comfortable with how they run their business and the things that they build. I don't own one of their products yet. I'd like to. We wouldn't mind it. I'm cool with that. Welcome back, mechanics. We have run the gamut in terms of subjects, from lighthearted stuff about keto cooking and performance stuff to gotcha games to a certain agency and why I keep my head out of drama and even financial stuff. Hydrate. I still need to do that. Hydrate. I'll say this, by the way. There are some things that I just won't do. I will not present you Raid Shadow Legends until I get a chance to play Raid Shadow Legends. And that depends on me being interested in playing Raid Shadow Legends. Which I don't. Or games like it. Yeah, I don't plan to. I remember someone, I think it was someone when I was with GamerSups. They played and they're like, it's fine. I remember I was kind of like that with Merge Magic. Like, I actually tried it. I'm like, you know what? Keep seeing ads for it. It looks compelling. I'm going to give it a try. And the game was, It was entertaining. It did its job, but it wasn't something that I'd be like, oh yeah, you got to play this game. As long as it's, thanks X for sponsoring me, it's fine. See, here's the thing. You know what's weird? I would love to have a sponsor that I'm actually super down with. For instance, like, I noticed Numi has been really happy with her GamerSups stuff lately. I think she's actually, today, she dropped a new shaker. A new waifu cup with her face on it. And I wasn't in a place to buy it, which is a shame because I would have loved to have had a Numi cup. Yeah, that was today. Might still be. Yeah, she might still have. Actually, you know what? Let's take a look. Let's see if it's still around. I'm sure it's sold out by now, but let's take a look-see. Can I change the subject for you a little while? I want to ask what was the song you streamed making it? Never got the name, but I'm very curious to see. I've streamed quite a few, actually. I remember like most of my career on Twitch has been streaming the music that I made. Was it announced or was it actually released? Yeah, it dropped at like noon today. Waifu Cups, Creator Cups. Yeah, there it is. Here. We're gonna grab the browser window and we're gonna have it do this one. Here's a Numi Cup. Add to cart. It's a pre-order. It's $25. And after it's sold out, it will never be made again, apparently. And right? Yeah. The art looks so good. The issue that I have, this is cute. It's also a whole lot of ass. And like, it's one of those cups that I could see myself accidentally leaving out. And then company comes over. And it's just like, good heavens. And I want to be careful about that. It's waxing. Here's the thing, though. This supports one of my favorite creators, one of my full-on Oshis. I adore Numi. I adore what a lot of what she tends to promote. When they give off Zelda vibes, I guess. Wait, what? But yeah, like, words are failing me. But yeah, like, I'm comfy with presenting Gamer Subs to you. And like, I noticed that Numi's pretty happy with her affiliation with them too. Like, this is, I should say this, by the way, as a former affiliate, considering potentially going back, you earn a cup through sales. What was his name? Nimune. Actually, let me do... Or, like that. That's Numi. She's one of my Oshis, one of my favorite VTubers, actually one of my favorite musicians. Her music unironically slaps. And she's quite happy with her promotion with GamerSubs, which is interesting because I remember the advanced days. I remember when she was with Advanced GG. Not just a cup, but also your very own flavor. So here's the thing with the flavor. The flavor is an upper threshold, if I'm not mistaken. You get a certain point of sales, and then you get your cup, and then after that, if you sell even better, you get your own flavor. It's my understanding that Shy Lily got Blowhole Blast because she was an absolute dynamo in terms of driving sales for Gamer Subs, which is fine. Also, I'm gonna be real with you. I used to talk about, to make an Odyssey shaker, you buy a shaker, you add a sticker, and then it's an Odyssey shaker. Redynamo. Ooh, good memory. Goodness gracious. Burn, burn, burn my heart with your love every minute, every hour. Wow. I'm surprised I still remember that. Sorry. But yeah, no, I would love to have a waifu cup. I would like to be the anime girl whose titties are splayed all over your cup. You ever say something and then you realize what you just said? But yeah, no, I'd be down for that. I'm comfy with that. And I love that I noticed something, actually. That's a big part of why my attention was drawn back to Gamer Subs. I noticed that a lot of people that even were with Advanced GG were starting to take an eye over to Gamer Subs. And I remember Advanced GG had a stellar reputation. Exquisite, unmatched. And yet, they couldn't keep everyone forever. Don't get me wrong, it could very well just be that people were making their decisions, maybe they had friends over in the other company and whatever. Words are failing me. It was only after I started seeing people really outspokenly happy about their relationship with Gamer Subs that I started kind of keeping an eye on it again. It's like, oh, the company's been sold to Schlatt. Oh, they're using different artists, and it looks like they're taking care of the artists, and they seem to be pretty happy about the arrangement. So, maybe I could vouch for it again. Problems with that one time when I was 16, I think I got a print of a Tank Girl poster of a local artist that was really awesome. It wasn't until I hung it on my wall that she was only wearing missiles to cover. Oh no. Yeah. Sometimes it's like that. I don't know. I feel like there's certain art that's just really pretty. And yes, she's well endowed in one sector or another, but it's just really good art. Like, it's like, you know what? This isn't some, like, I don't know. It's not that kind of material. It's just very classy. Who's the artist that I used to follow that, there's an artist that I used to follow. I think they ended up kind of being oof in one way or another, but they used to do really gorgeous pinups. That's one thing that Seahorse really likes about Rogue. Yeah, my friend Alloway is also sponsored by Rogue. And I mean, listen, I'm gonna be real here. I've tried Rogue. It's good. If you like Rogue, check it out. Obviously, if/when I do partner with a drink a beverage or drink company, I'm gonna be a little bit biased. But a lot of the stuff is pretty functionally similar. There are marginal differences, and I'm sure that there are some that are doing the business better. But I think in a lot of cases, it kind of depends on, when the ingredients are essentially the same, it kind of comes down to, are they like energy drinks, sodas, or juices? They're a powdered energy drink, although they do also offer relaxation and hydration options. Stuff that competes with Gatorade and stuff that would be more like a good night kind of beverage. We're back to this again. Sorry. Gamer Sups, and to another extent, some of its competitors like G Fuel and Advance and Rogue, and I think one is like Poggers or something. A lot of those. Oh, is that what we're clipping now? They're also considered the more healthier energy mix in the market. Generally, yes, you are going to be slightly better taken care of than you would with a canned beverage. A lot of these drinks have, good vitamin supplements in there. It's essentially a supplement with some caffeine in it. I would say, I'll be real, you get similar effects from taking like pre-workout. And that's not to say that it's a bad thing, so much as like that's kind of, there's also sneak, those other flavors are kind of eh. So actually, another one that I really liked is Ghost. Ghost has, they have Warhead's branded sour watermelon flavor, and it's amazing. And I really like sour flavors like that. There's no like Monster Energy. They help you focus and keep your energy with a low drop in energy level, unlike Monster High Energy with quick drop in energy. That is that's my understanding of the formulas too. Energy drinks are meant for a quick spike and a quick crash. A lot of the powdered beverages are designed with less immediate caffeine, and other stuff like B vitamins and things like that will sustain it a little bit more. I think some also involve nootropics, which, it's up to you what you believe or not about nootropics, but, it's like brain vitamins, I guess. Can't hurt to have some brain vitamins. Will it magically give you better abilities to X, Y, and Z? Probably not. Will it enhance your day and give you some energy? Yes. And quite deliciously so, in fact. If you're rationing out your, your beverages to a certain extent, that's probably a better way to measure. Because you could probably do like, 1 scoop for 8 ounces or 2 scoops for 16 ounces. And how many of those do you have in a day? Some of them are even keto friendly, which is fitting. And some are not. Some claim to be, and they're not. So, please do your research and be careful. I'm not going to sit here and act like every gamer beverage company is wonderful. There could be problems with all of them, or some of them. Work on getting all labels for the badge. Excuse me, for all the badges printed. That sounds very tedious, Miko-tan. I'm sorry. Energy drinks are best to be drank over a long time. A 16 ounce can be stretched for as long as 3 to 4 hours, serving as a mind clearing supplement. Chat. You know my relationship with Red Bull. I could partner with any carbonated beverage, any powdered beverage from here to Kingdom Come. You know why I drink Red Bull? Even if I ever get sponsored by GamerSups, listen, GamerSups or whatever beverage company's listening, Red Bull and I got an open relationship. I drink a lot more powdered stuff than I do Red Bull. I'm watching to escape having to do math homework. Don't want math to drink. S3. I appreciate being your choice of entertainment. However, I'll also say that the more you avoid doing the hard thing, the worse it's gonna get. And listen, I'm so sorry. I hate to be the voice that's like, oh, do the thing. But please understand, having been in that position myself, as the big booba anime girl on your screen, I know you can do it. And you'll be so glad that you got through it instead of putting it off. It will always be worth it. You got this. I believe in you. I finished the guest badges and stat badges yesterday. Let's go! Congratulations. One scoop for 16 ounces. As they say, you can add as much water as you want, but don't use more than the 16 or so scoops. 16 ounces or so scoops in a day. Yeah, exactly. They do have... Most drinks like this tend to have some moderation amounts. Like, don't go over this much. So... Words are failing me, but like, that's the gist with the energy drink stuff. And again, the company that I go with, whether it's Gamer Sups or Advanced or anything else like that, they're probably not going to be perfect. There's probably something that they do wrong, even if it's just you don't like the flavors. And by the way, I can say this now because I'm not currently with a company. So listen to this now before I'm required to say that you should go with one specifically. I have G Fuel right now. I also have a thing of Advanced. I also have had stuff of Rogue. I've also had Ghost. I've dabbled. Remember the whole charged lemonade thing? People lost control. Yeah, I remember that. That was a doozy. Like, listen, I like caffeine. But when it's toxic, when it is like life-ending, that is too much caffeine. Like, for it to be that easy to throw down a bunch of caffeine, for those who don't know, Panera had a charged lemonade that you could get from the taps, basically, and it had intense amounts of caffeine, like gratuitous amounts of caffeine, something like 400. You should add something on screen that displays the name of the song in the background. I tried to do that. Not a lot plays well with iTunes. I would have to recreate everything in like Spotify or something, because that's where a lot of the plugins come into play, and not a lot of them play well with iTunes. I'm weird. I'm really weird about the media players that I use. I buy a lot of my music from iTunes and I keep it in iTunes, because listen, I'm a musician, right? Spotify treats musicians like garbage. Apple treats musicians slightly less like garbage. The only reason I earn more from Spotify than from iTunes is because more people are using Spotify. Oh, good night, Daniel. Sleep well. Have a good rest of your evening. You'd think someone would just make an API for VLC or something. Yeah, I would have thought so too. But yeah, that's the thing with iTunes. This is The World One Dream Away, for those interested. This was my song of This was a song that had some subtle stuff. Could you have iTunes show on the stream, but crop its window down just the part where the title shows? Yes, but then if I want to make any adjustments or skip anything, it could get complicated. It also doesn't always capture right. Doesn't always capture well. A lawsuit's waiting to happen. Fountain energy drinks. Basically, yeah, they didn't really market it as one. And here's the thing. I'm the kind of girl that gets the Red Bull Fusions from Jack in the Box, because they're good. Of course they have a strawberry one, so of course I get that. But like, and by the way, I'll say this, even if I do ever get with a drink company. I'm going to pause the music, actually, to say it. Please caffeinate responsibly. Seriously. Even, I saw some friends that were like, oh, ignoring the dosing stuff. And I understand that. Certain amounts of caffeine, no, we can take about 300 to 400 milligrams maximum. But please be careful. Please hydrate properly. Please, like, be good to yourselves in addition to your energy drink. I'll even go so far as to say there is nothing that an energy drink can do for you that a good night's sleep and enough water can't. I'm serious. And I say this as someone who loves energy drinks. I love Red Bull. I love these powdered drinks. I love, love, love them. Never been to Jack in the Box, but I sent for the mascot. Honestly, it's the voice. I understand it. I'm not sure how I feel about the actual mascot, but I see the appeal. Not gonna lie. Not gonna lie. Chat, I have a confession to make. I do not simp for Bowser. I do not simp for Jack in the Box. but I understand it. The way that I had to think about it is, with Bowser, it's like, put those traits in a human. And I can see the appeal. I get it. For me, I'm too stuck on the lizard. I'm too stuck on the turtle. If Bowser was a human being, and the way that people have drawn that, still not my cup of tea, but I understand it. The goofy dad type who's really strong, I understand that appeal. Thank you for the head pats. Jack in the Box with the voice and like the demeanor and a little bit unhinged. And not gonna lie, sometimes the body. I get it. I get it. Not for me, but I get it. I keep watching Sonic game cutscenes from the 1000 thinking that if he was an adult human, I'd marry him. Wait, which character, Sonic? Aww, that's super cute, actually. I made such a joke earlier, but it's very important to be careful when you start getting caffeine headache. Usually that's a good sign to back off the caffeine. Sonic, aww, that's so cute. Aw, I could see you being Sonic's bride. Ah, that'd be adorable. I would want to perform at the wedding. But yeah, no, like, I get that. Listen, my tastes in like fictional men, fictional anyone actually. Honestly, like I could see how mine are kind of basic. Like the whole wholesome himbo thing, that's not for everybody. Not everyone wants to be split in half by, well, I mean, Thorne Bradley's not fictional, but I also have no chance and would not disrespect him with the notion of like, oh my gosh, you know, kind of thing. I'm not gonna throw myself at Thorne Bradley because he's a creator. Like, that's just how he do. Is he attractive? God, yes. But will I do anything about that? No. Chris Evans. Is he attractive? Mother of God, yes. Will I do anything about that? No. Is Bowser attractive? Not to me, but I see it. I see what's going on. I don't judge too much. So, you know, I used to rag on Chibi about that in chats, like, Chibi, why? Why? I love that one. I need a himbo. He's gotta be fast and he's gotta be strong and he's gotta be gentle. I think I lost the plot there. But yes, I love wholesome himbos. I know, absolute sweethearts that could probably tear me in half, but they're just too sweet. Take care, Axel. Thank you so much for popping in. Hello, Kaiser. Good to see you. I may have poked my head into a very confusing conversation. Hello, Kaiser. Yes. We started talking about all kinds of wild stuff. Whoa, deja vu. I just had a weird moment. Love lizard ladies, hot and the scales. Yes, please. Not for me, but you know what? You do you. Being that on main. Higher on the street, and I know it's my time to go. Actually, about 10 minutes, it is my time to go. Calling you, and the search is a mystery. Standing on my feet, and I know it's just, it's so hard when I try to be me. But yeah, no, sometimes we talk about things like this, and like fictional characters that I'm not attracted to, but I understand it. Like Chibidoki and Bowser, or other folks in Jack in the Box, like the Jack in the Box guy. Like, we're selling you the new Junior Bacon Cheeseburger. Pair that with one of our Red Bull refreshers. Good to go. I get it. It for me, it really is the voice. Not gonna lie. Just that and okay. Not a fictional character. Ow, my finger. Sorry. Can I gush a little bit about Thorne Bradley? And please understand, I understand I have no shot with this gentleman. I do not plan to shoot any shot with this gentleman. He's just really fun to look at. This is the lumberjackman on TikTok, and okay, so Agent B7, during the weekend I reached into my toiletries bag in the bathroom and my safety razor was in there, and I basically cut off a good bit of the tip of my finger, and it hurt like hell. So I recently, just today, I'm starting to feel well enough to kind of remove the Band-Aid. But when I smacked the desk, it kind of went on the fingertip. So, ow. But yeah, no, Thorin Bradley, here's the thing. He'd be attractive enough just to look at and just watch him split wood for hours, and I am drooling. Here's the problem. It's not a problem, it's just a good thing. He's also that kind of masculinity that's not toxic. Like, he's just a solid fella. He's not out there to be like, oh, if you don't do things the way that I do, you're not a man. Like, he's just chill. He's not, he's just a good, he just seems like a good guy. I will take the hit. Because, like, look, having a physically attractive gentleman is one thing. Having a physically attractive gentleman who's also a good fella? God, just... Listen, I think my thing is good guys. Not nice guys. Ow. But I stand by it. Not nice guys. Screw nice guys in that regard. Not literally, metaphorically. Like, listen, when they're good boys. Yes, good boys. Like, when they could split me in half, but they're just so sweet that they're going to make sure I'm okay 9/10 of the time. Thank you for the head pats. Just, Lord, I will accept my sentence with pride. Listen, and just, when they're sweethearts, but could also just tear me in half like a phone book. And they split logs, and they could probably just carry me over their shoulder like, oh, okay, goodbye. We're going somewhere. Yeah, exactly. Himbos who just need head pats. There's a joke I want to make, but I'm not gonna do it. Yeah, just need head pats. Yes, that's what the good himbos need. But yeah, no, listen, like, and it seems like obvious, right? But like in this time of the fact that I can hear the drooling, stop it. Because listen, for me, it's the fact that they could be worse. I guess it's the fact that they choose to be kind, that they choose to be generous or sweet, or just have a good head on their shoulders. You know, it's not someone where I have to worry about their maturity. That they're just going to be solid. That if there's an issue, we're going to talk it out. That if I make some joke and it doesn't land, that he understands or at least seeks to understand. That in an attractive body just that is with all the windows open. Please understand my commitment to the bit. Make the joke. Listen, sometimes those himbos need head pats. Sometimes those himbos need something else. But yeah, no. Yes, put me in jail. I don't care. I stand by this position. Good boys with good boys, good men with good bodies deserve the good. Just listen. Put Fix It Felix in, like, want to warn us for the ones. I could stand to do that. Yeah, I'm sorry. This is the problem when Numi's one of my Yoshis. No, I could stand to do that ahead of time. Like, just a little button that's like moan warning. So, big strong man that is usually dominant in endearing way. Here's the thing. Here's the weird kicker. I like himbos, but they don't necessarily have to be dumb. Don't forget, Crunk can speak multiple languages, knows double Dutch on the signal, and can make spinach puffs like no one else's business. That is a level of intelligence that is not stupid. Crunk is not stupid. He can cook. He can cook well. Gosh, that's another one. And that's the thing. It feels like, I don't know how to put it. It's when someone genuinely chooses to be good. Not gonna lie, like in terms of I feel like that's also something for me in like feminine folks too. Like I remember when I was watching Ramo and Half for years, like when I kind of forced myself to think that I could only like girls, I was like, oh, you know, if I had to choose one of the Tendos, it'd probably be Kasumi, because she kind of chooses to be kind and generous and to like just be good to those around her. It's like that's a very it's a very attractive feature. Now, obviously, because it like I remember at the time, it's like that's not like that's an age range that I'm not comfy with. Obviously, I'm not going to go with that. But like, you know, when I was around Ranma's age, it was like, yeah, I'd probably go with Kasumi Tendo. Nathan Live Gamer, thank you so much for the follow. Welcome to the stream. It is great to have you here. I'm Odyssey of Odyssey Eurobeat. I make Eurobeat music that's been featured in Super Eurobeat, Initial D, DDR, Matara Kana v Shoujo, Toho Eurobeat, and much, much more. It is great to have you here. I think I'm going to go a little over time. I missed this. I'm glad to be back. Words. Yeah, I guess it's that. It's just dorky good guys with muscular bodies. Like, if he could pick me up and, like, give a really, like, cheesy, open, like, goofy PG pickup line, I'm gone. Love your music. Was wondering what happened to all of T. Stebbins' music, then found eye to eye. Yeah, T. Stebbins' music is still out there. The only thing that isn't T. Stebbins anymore is me. Like, literally, legally. I am now legally in the state of California, Jessa. But you are also super free to enjoy T. Stebbins' work. That is not a name that gives me trouble in that regard. If you're referring to me as a person, maybe not. But, you know, if it's listed under T. Stebbins, then it's like, it's whatever. You know, that's how we were doing business at the time, and that is okay. Come here often. I guess it'd be like, if someone super attractive was like, you know how much a polar bear weighs? Because I know how that one goes. And that'd be just like, all right. I'll spare you the details. I'm Jessa. You know, just that level of like dorky self-aware. Oh, Lord goodness. And that in like a muscular, like in a, like a just strong, able to pick me up, carry me somewhere, pin me in place, covet on me. What were we on about? Yeah, I'm actually drooling. I'm like actually drooling. Pinning? Yes. I hit, bonk me all you want. I'll take the hit. Listen, I could cabedon, or I could be cabedoned. I just... Oh, goodness gracious. Great balls of fire. Yes, the joys of being a Switch. Gotta be real. Would you like this or would you like that? Yes. I'm gonna have a piece of cheese so I don't have to. Somehow I think you would enjoy Arataki Ito more than Al Haytham. So here's the thing. You're probably not wrong. The thing with Al Haytham is there is another type of gentleman that does appeal to me, and it's not necessarily the buff himbo. Sometimes it's the devilish voiced gentleman, like the dapper, handsome fella, who like you just imagine patting your head and just being like, "Oh, darling, you're such a silly girl." Sorry, just something like this. Oh, goodness, I don't know. Just that also, that's also kind of my thing. I would not be against that. This a little bit of strength with that too. Like, doesn't have to be as ripped as that fella. Eurobeat playlist suggestion music. I am honored, Nathan. And I do try to sneak in love for other songs, and like quite a few are like love letters to other works too. Like, I'm honored that I could be your Eurobeat playlist, and I've got plenty more on the horizon. So please keep your eyes and ears peeled. Give me the man whose abs can grate cheese, not the flat boy that Hoyo delivered. I will take the flat boy that Hoyo delivered. $3.99 CY. Thank you so much for popping in. Hello, Eggy Raid. Hello. How are you doing? How is your stream? Hope you're doing well today. Let's see, 399 CY underscore VTuber. How are you doing? How is your stream? What were you all up to? Looks like you were doing Persona 3 Reload. Okay, I have never played a Persona game, but I keep hearing excellent things about the entire series, or most of the series. Is there one that you would recommend that I start with? Or have you mostly just played 3 Reload so far? Either way is fine. And yeah, for the Raiders, hello! Start with 5. Duly noted. I will actually jot that down. Let's see. Persona, start with 5. They're not canonical. That's my understanding. But yeah, for those, and by the way, $3.99. Thank you so much for popping in. I am so honored that you trust your community with me, especially after I was down bad so much right beforehand. If you need to take care of yourself, you need to have a meal or take a bath or go to sleep, please do whatever you've got to do. Thank you so much for popping in. Please do not feel like you got to stick around unless you want to. And for those from $3.99's size community, I have Odyssey of Odyssey Eurobeat. I make Eurobeat music like you're hearing in the background. My work has been featured in Super Eurobeat, Initial D, DDR, Matarakana v Shoujo, Toho Eurobeat, and so much more. And today we're kind of talking about everything. We talked about keto cooking and family get-togethers and VTuber drama and why I keep my head out of it. And, why I work the way I do and himbos and attractive gentlemen with devilish voices. However, in terms of gameplay, 5 is the best, followed by 3 year lower than 4. 4 is a PS2 game. Oh, is it? Yeah, Mirden! I thought I recognized your name. Yeah, Mirden. Mirden is amazing and lovely, and in this house we love her very, very much. Yeah. Oh my goodness. But yeah, this week, by the way, after this Thursday, I will be flying out to Torrance, California for Touhoufest, where I have a performance where it will be exclusively Toho Eurobeat material. I've actually gone out of my way to find the stuff that I didn't play last year, and plenty of surprises, including, by the way, other headliners such as Shihori and A1, Elementus, Root, and Aki. Absolutely just pogged beyond words for this weekend. That is quite a title. Greetings, Tips Fedora, no 9118. Thank you so much for the follow and the stream. It is great to have you here, my gentleman. I make Eurobeat music like you're hearing in the background. My work has been featured in Super Eurobeat, Initial D, DDR, Matarakana v Shoujo, Toho Eurobeat, and much, much more. If you think you have not heard my work before, if any of you have heard a song that goes like, Discord, I'm howling at the moon and sleeping in the middle of a summer afternoon. So that is a remix of my song. Or you're hearing the original. Depends on if you're listening to the Living Tombstones version. Got all the Toho Eurobeat music. There's quite a few more. Listen, the day that they bring over like Turbo and some of the folks from like Shinkonet, that'll be bangers. Oh gosh, the day I get to see Turbo perform live, I'll just... I'm gonna go now. Thanks to the stream, thanks to the encouragement. I did finish. Good on you, S3. Excellent work. You know what? S3, would you like to redeem a free good XYZ? Because in this stream, we would like to reward behavior like that. And if not, no worries. I respect that. I am glad that you could finish through that stuff. That's important. Certified legend. I didn't know about that. I just stuck around long enough after people said that I should get out. And now I'm here. Alright, I'm gonna have another piece of cheese. I have a little plate of cheddar and Colby Jack. Little keto snacks. You should do a new Discord song now, Certified Lady. I mean, my voice doesn't sound all that different when I sing Discord now. Like, and I also sing Discord live anyway. I do not have enough points for that, but thanks for the sentiment. Would you like one if I offered it for free? That's right, a freebie, just for you. If not, no worries. Cheese will go. Yeah, I love cheese. Listen, there's this black lemon Gouda that I try to pick up whenever I have the funds for it. Like, it's black through licorice. It doesn't taste like licorice, but instead of using like charcoal. Oh, hopefully human with that. S3, what would you like for me to call you? Good boy, good girl, good pet, whatever it is you'd like. Let me know, baby. Which one? Go on. Whichever you'd like. Good boy, I see. S3. I am so proud of you for finishing your homework today. Thank you for taking my advice and going through it. You are such a good boy. What a good boy you are. Who's my good boy? It's you, good boy. What a good boy. Thank you, Hopefully Human, for subsidizing that. And listen, real talk, I'm proud of you. Like, doing the thing when you don't want to do the thing actually does take a lot of chutzpah. So, like, that is not offered gently. Yay! Yeah, we can celebrate, yeah. Do your homework. You were literally melting. Aw, I have that effect. All right, friends, it is getting down to the last few minutes. I'm probably going to wrap up at like 3 hours and 15 minutes of streaming. So I would like to turn things over to you. Do you have any questions, comments, remarks, redemptions? And it wasn't even directed at me. That's what we call splash damage, kitten. That happens. Let me see who we could raid out to. Thank you for the head pats. Let's see. I see Mousy, Camila. I see Detune. I see Toma, Isa, Alue. I see Merryweather, Alexandria, Rintaja. I see La Seahorse, Selkie, Vixie. I see Jin, Baigujing. I see Iral Donut. Wait a minute. Saxphone? What's that I see in your thumbnail? What's that I see in your thumbnail? I see you lurking, you silly little goose. Come on out now. You don't have to hide, kitten. I know you're looking at me. Allow me to show you what I see. Oopsie doodle, caught red-handed. Oh no. Oh, Sax. You know what? Saxophone with the 25 months. Thank you so much for 25 months of subscribing, kitten. Please enjoy your emotes, your sub badge, being part of the Oddities community. And I'm glad that you popped in because if you didn't do that before, before I caught you, I might have had to make a phone call. Yeah, Starlight, it's right at the end. I'm sorry. I even went 15 minutes over just to hang out a little bit more. But you're about to raid. I mean, you still can't. Honestly, should I go a little longer? My voice is doing really well, and I'm like... I mean, I was just picking who I was going to raid out to, though. That's the thing. Funny you mentioned Burn My Heart earlier. I was doing some digging earlier to see if I could find a cleaner version of Burn My Heart so I could analyze the mix for reasons, you know, since the only version of it on YouTube is heavily compressed. But I stumbled upon a Eurobeat Prime post from 2009 about underground Eurobeat podcast that you were part of. Had the cleanest version of Burn My Heart I've heard, but unfortunately is only a mixed down version made for That's right. I was even like the MC and the announcer, and they were like characters that would banter. I would have the announcer, and then I would just be like, the announcer? What are you talking about? I don't need a co-host. You need me, kind of thing. Like, oh, that's cute, Sky. Listen, when good kitties put their paws in where they're not expected, you know, they see things, and I happen to see them. Just remember, you are a very good girl. Be sure to treat yourself something delicious to light your senses. Good to know. Probably a good idea to end and save your voice. No need to risk a sore throat. Yeah, I suppose so. I suppose you're right. Yeah, let's go ahead and raid out, after all. Also, I noticed I find myself saying out instead of out. Like, raid out. I keep saying raid out. I've been watching too many Cottontail streams, and I think the Canadian just rubs off on me. Read out there, you bud. Yeah, all of a sudden we're gonna pop in. Just a couple of minutes to Saxphone. Thank you so much for the raid. Hello, Raiders. Quickly while she's distracted. Mocha Lepine, thank you so much for the follow. It's great to have you here. And Raiders, hello. How are you officially, Saxphone? And how was your stream? What were you up to? Let's see. Let's do... let me make sure that I've got the name correct. Let's see. And then shout out Saxphone 3. You're playing Fallout. Okay. If I were to play a Fallout game, which one do you recommend? Because I know that, you know, New Vegas is the sort of the game that a lot of people start with. But I don't know. I feel like playing some Fallout 4 Survival and struggling to actually follow through with my evil playthrough. I see. I don't know. I couldn't see you being evil. You're just too cute, darling. I don't see you being evil like that. You're too good for that, darling. I'm in the minority here. I'd vouch for Fallout 3 any day. 1 second. I'm so sorry. I need to turn off my air conditioner. Using too much power in the middle of the night. All right, here we go. Wait, I'm back. I don't know. If I did get into Fallout. I'm about to sneeze. Excuse me. What was I even on about? FO3 is a good starter. FO4 is by far the easiest. Because they updated gunplay and graphics. Fallout New Vegas has by far the best roleplay, world building, and story. Oh, thank you. I try not to sneeze on stream too much, but sometimes it happens. Listen, if any of you put me on one of those sneeze channels, I'll find out, and I'll find out who it was. It won't be an accident. Starfield is my favorite Fallout game. Okay, weird question, and this could just be my own ignorance of the style. Is oh gosh, what's the series? It's the one that Chibi's been playing. It's not Fallout. It's the one with the underwater city, and like the nautical like big fellas. Oh, what's it called? BioShock. Yes. Is BioShock a similar game to? No, I feel like BioShock is a little bit more linear. Yeah. Whereas it seems like Fallout is more open. They are both RPGs though, if I remember right. Or like kind of action RPGs. All right, good night, Renee. Thank you so much for popping in. Fallout is open world. Okay. That makes sense. Quick bite of cheese. BioShock isn't really an RPG. Okay. BioShock is more Half-Life. Fallout is more Elder Scrolls. Kind of makes sense. I've not played either. I played a little bit of Half-Life. I mean, you play as a pre-made guy. I mean, sometimes, yeah, but a lot of games, a lot of RPGs, you still play as a pre-made guy. Legend of Zelda is an RPG, and you play the same twink. Olglok the Destroyer, thank you so much for the follow on the stream. It is great to have you here. I am Odyssey of Odyssey Yerby. And my music has been featured in Super Yerby, Initial D, DDR, Matar Konobi Shoujo, Toho Yerby, and much, much more. Oh, good night, Melody Butt. Thank you so much for popping in. Have a great rest of your evening, okay? Sleep well. Night-night, darling. Yeah, is Link not a twink? Like, grown up, obviously, but like, did I get that wrong? If I got that wrong, like, please understand, obviously, like, he is, of course. I was so worried. Garuda Link is, I haven't even played Breath of the Wild, and sublime, beautiful, absolutely stellar. You know what? Screw it. I'm gonna go for another 15 minutes. I'm having too much fun. Nah, I should really wrap up. Link is very gender. That checks out. Yeah, Link is very gender. The sequel gives him even longer hair, which is nice. Yes. Okay, let's have a look-see. Who's a Stramen right now? We haven't rated Seahorse in a bit, have we? I wouldn't mind rating Donut, Seahorse, or oh, it was a pleasure to meet you too, Oglock. Thank you so much for popping in. Yeah, I should probably wrap up pretty soon. Ba-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da. I don't know. What am I looking for? It does, though. Oh. Chat. I think I've made up my mind. I know who I'm going to raid. Tonight we're going to raid IRL Donut. the comic artist, VTuber, lovely friend who draws the comic HRT. And I had the pleasure of hanging out with IRL Donut a few, half a year ago? When I was invited to chat with her for a bit. And then I think we did like a drawing stream together with like a bunch of other really prolific and amazing like trans comic artists. And then there was the one musician making booby jokes and using MS Paint. Yeah, IRL Donut is amazing. Love her, follow her. We're gonna go ahead and raid IRL Donut. So, last questions, comments, remarks, redemptions before we raid out and I finish eating my cheese as basically a meal at this point. Thank you for that, Pets. Thanks for the stream. It was a pleasure having everyone here as usual. Yeah, honestly, it felt like a really good stream tonight. I'm just glad to have everyone here. It felt like the kind of stream that we've needed for a bit. Thank you for that, Pets. Yeah, no, oh, thank you. Oh goodness, so many headpats. Oh, I missed this. Thank you for the lovely head pats. Oh, okay. Oh goodness. Right. I forgot y'all have been doting on me today. Okay. I'm just gonna fall asleep now. Thank you. I do love me some head pats. Oh, Gone Rogue, here's a butt. That is several butts, in fact. Lovely butts, indeed. Well, so hello, I hope you're having a fantastic evening. We are actually just about to raid out, but glad that you could pop in, and we would love to have you back. This is Other Side of Night. Yes. All right, friends, it is time. Layton's gifting a sub to Arkines. Thank you so much for the headpats. Can we get some love in the chat, both for Layton Logic and for Arkines? Two of the absolute dynamos of gifting subs in this chat. And thank you so much, Layton, for your immense generosity and taking good care of my lovely, lovely friend Arkines. And Arkines, how does it feel to be doted on yourself? To be taken care of in the same way that you take care of others? It's lovely, isn't it? And you deserve to feel wonderful. All right, friends, let's go ahead and raid IRL Donut. This is the raid message. If you do not have that emote, any heart will do. Oops, that's not what I needed. All right, boop. All right, friends, thank you so much for coming. I will see you tomorrow at, I believe, 3 p.m. I actually have a hair appointment, so I might be a little bit later, but we'll figure it out. I'll let you know if I'm going to be late, and if so, by how much. But yeah, this is going to be a good time. All right, friends, give IRL Donut so much love. I have not caught up with Donut in a hot minute, and I feel bad about that. And let's raid her and give her lots of love. Bye-bye for now. Otsukare desu. Bye-bye. Mwah. Mwah, mwah, mwah. Bye-bye.